coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You already know that every Royals game is right here on 96.5 The Fan. But if you're looking for more Royals coverage, tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Fernier throughout the week. He joins Fescoe and Dusty every Monday morning at 8:20. Cody and Gold every Wednesday at 12:30. And he joins The Drive every Friday at 3. Miss anything? Check it out on the show podcast for All Things Fern Channel, wherever you get your podcasts. This is your home for Royals baseball every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. Gotta love hearing that to start your day on a Wednesday. Mac, what day is it today?
It is Wednesday. It's hump day.
Mac thought it was Wednesday all day yesterday.
Oh, did you really? Yesterday, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's the worst. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Man, it happens every once in a while.
He's trying to sabotage your boy yesterday.
Yeah, you get a day ahead, my man, and it sucks. It kills you for the rest of the week because now you're going all day thinking it's Thursday. Tomorrow you're going to be thinking all day it's Friday. And then all of a sudden you're going to realize, oh, no, it's not.
No. You guys are going to be calling me, hey,
yeah,
it's Friday.
It's Friday. Where are you? Oh, yesterday was Friday. But if you could ever find a way to think it's a day like later or earlier or whatever, but the opposite of what you did, right? You know, like if you could wake up today and pretend it's Tuesday, that's the best one right there. You wake up and you're like, oh man, it's Tuesday, but no, it's really Wednesday.
Wait, really?
But if you wake up on Tuesday thinking it's Wednesday, then you're up a creek without a paddle. So I feel bad for you, but hopefully you'll be able to get over that and move forward, right?
Recover, yeah.
Have you ever been up a creek without a paddle?
No. Actually, one time,
Have you ever been in a creek?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We used to raft a lot in Colorado when my friend was doing it on the Colorado River and the Arkansas River. We used to do that. We got stuck out on I think it was the Arkansas one time. We got stuck out there in a storm, and it was not fun. We let the girls and the kids off at the dock, and then somehow we drifted away, and it's like we were way down shore. We had to walk this raft all the way back up. I mean, we're lightning all around us, all this kind of stuff. I don't know that I've ever felt more scared.
I love a creek. Get me out to the water, baby.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Go rafting a little bit. Did you ever raft when you were up in like Wyoming or wherever? Did you do some whitewater rafting up there? It's fun, right?
So fun.
Would you ever do the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, I would do that.
That's the only way I would do it.
It's 30 days you're supposed to be down there.
If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Damn.
I don't want to do a canoe with a bunch of drunkards or a raft with the same sort of thing. I know that's fun. I've never done it.
It is fun, but I get you.
But if I'm going to do it,
you
Grand Canyon, baby.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Different vibe, but I think they're 30-day trips. You got to go down there and prepare for 30 days because that's what it takes to go through.
Jeez.
You know.
No, that would be intense. That would be awesome. Grand Canyon, top 5 places in the U.S. for me, I think.
Yeah, have you not been?
Visited that I'd love to go to.
You know, it all depends on how you do it. You can do it like we do with Chevy Chase, where you look at it and you shake your head, you get back in the car, and you're gone.
Right,
or you can, you could you can hike down to the bottom. You can camp down there. You can live down there. You can do, whatever you want. It does. It offers so much out there.
Speaking of offering so much out there, do you think your parents know who the situation is?
No.
He's getting ready to run for New Jersey governor.
Oh, my God. Well, they just had an election last month or something. Like they literally just elected a new governor this year.
Well,
they had their election.
There's about to be a situation.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Oh, that's hype, dude. Micah's situation.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Props to him. He changed his life around.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. He was down bad there.
I think he's been sober for like 15 years.
Wow.
It's something crazy like that.
That's awesome.
He got out of hand when the Jersey Shore's first run was starting to collapse. And then since then, he's been a leading advocate of just being sober.
Oh, I had no idea about all of that. Then go for it. Run for governor. What do I care?
Yeah.
If you turned your life around, it seems like go for it. Can't be any worse than what you're dealing with sometimes, right?
There it is. Told you.
All right, we got a situation.
I saw a few Jersey Shore people on the train. One guy peed himself. Literally.
I saw a guy pee himself the other day in D.C., too. It walked out of the men's room, pee all over himself. I'm like, well, you're an adult, man.
I couldn't hold it. Speaking of not really peeing all over themselves, but crapping all over themselves, This is Tom Hamilton on Jazz Chisholm.
What's the ultimate goal for the Yankees this season?
I mean, to win a World Series. We're in New York.
Come on, bud.
Come on.
Are we gonna do it?
Oh, for sure.
We're gonna do it.
For sure.
All right, come on, bud. Go Yankees. Jazz Chisholm Jr.
We'll bring up Jazz Chisholm. Well, he predicted the Yankees will win the World Series. He did that last night on the Jimmy Fallon show. Pretty amazing. He got on the Jimmy Fallon show batting .239.
Oh, man.
He was there?
He was there?
He was there.
That's tough.
Tom Hamilton is the best in the business. I've told you guys this for years now.
Ben.
I mean, that is how you roast somebody
Totally
in the best
destroy him.
way ever. We'll bring up Jazz Chisholm. Well, he predicted the Yankees will win the World Series.
Okay.
He did that last night on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Hard pause.
Pretty amazing. He got on the Jimmy Fallon show batting .239. He was there? Yeah, he definitely was there. But he's entertaining. That's why he's on the Jimmy
he's
Fallon
entertaining.
show. Very entertaining.
Good
very
smile. Yep.
polarizing, says things, entertaining, engaging. Like
From Great Britain.
Yeah, from Great Britain.
Yeah, that Edsel thing. Yes.
That's hysterical, though. You know, he's from Great Britain, but that's fine. I saw somebody with a Great Britain jersey on it at the DC game too. I mean, I'm like, I hope you're doing that as irony, man. Like, I hope this is the most ironic jersey ever. Because if it is, it's hysterical. If you're wearing it because you really believe like Great Britain's got a chance or something like that in the WBC, I feel. But if you're wearing it because it was so bad, I'm all over that, man. That was fantastic.
Chaz Chisholm is gonna start in center field.
I just don't like that guy at all.
No.
He is a good Yankee, though.
He's a perfect Yankee. He really is. Like, he's the heel. He's the guy that everybody loves if you're a fan and everybody hates if you're not.
Sounds like not a lot of Yankees fans like him.
I don't know.
Yeah, they don't like Aaron Judge at times.
That time, yeah, well, exactly. I mean,
Plus, nothing matters in New York right now other than the basketball team.
Not at all. Nobody cares about anything else other than what's going on with the hoops right now. We finally get that tonight, right? We get game
excited.
1 tonight. In San Antonio. I'm so tired of the comparisons of the prices in San Antonio versus the prices in New York, too. I mean, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. People don't understand kind of how this works, right? It's cheaper, first of all, to live in San Antonio. But the Knicks haven't been in the NBA Finals since 1999. I mean, this is the hottest sports ticket in New York that I can ever remember, guys. I mean, like, I'm trying to think about, like, what's been a hotter ticket. The Yankees make World Series seemingly all the time, right?
Yeah, I think I heard somewhere somebody say the last time there was, like, this much hype for a championship was the Subway Series.
Was the Subway Series, so that's 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, 2000, the year 2000. That's a good one, but, you know, obviously back in the year 2000, tickets weren't as expensive as things are today. And so, yeah, I think it's the most in-demand, highly sought-after, you know, ticket that anybody's ever wanted in New York City. And so I hate the comparisons. And the Spurs guys, like, you know, I know it's been a hot minute since they won something, but they're used to winning and being in the postseason in San Antonio, right? The Knick fan is not used to this, right? It's been 27 years. I've been alive since 77. They've only been in the NBA Finals one time. I mean, the last time they did it was 53 years ago. So you can imagine why the ticket is in such high demand and it costs so much at Madison Square Garden. Plus, it's New York City prices as well. And so, yeah, maybe you can fly and go to San Antonio the same, you know, price that you can go walk into a game at Madison Square Garden. But you're not going to get the atmosphere of Madison Square Garden. You're not going to get the ability to be there in New York and sit, you know, in that arena watching this team play in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. You're paying for that experience, I believe, anyway. And the more I read about where we are as a society and Mac's generation, you know, about experiences, which experience would be better, paying $800 to go sit in San Antonio or paying the $3,000 to get into the Garden? You know, if I had the money, I'd love to pay the $3,000 over the $800 just to be in Madison Square Garden for what I think is going to be one of the bigger events that we've seen in sports, you know, this side of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think Colin Cowherd was talking about, like, where the celebrities sit, $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Like,
God.
and that's not even courtside. That's just
Wow.
like in that little like lower areas, like up to $100,000.
Holy
Well,
cow,
and that's
man.
the thing that, like, you got celebrities down there for New York.
Right.
It's the guy who owns the local, you know, plumbers thing in San Antonio. He's a rich guy, but he's Johnson County rich. He's not New York Tom Holland Zendaya rich. So that means that plumber owner is now 3 rows back in New York City. So that price is that much higher. Now we're pushing everything 5 rows back as far as price wise. Now all of a sudden the nosebleeds are $1,000 more, $500 more than they are. Yeah, and it's totally worth it.
And it is. It totally
Makes
is.
sense.
It's apples to oranges, really.
Yes.
You can go watch a game in an arena that they're getting ready to tear down in San Antonio to build the new one 20 years after they built this one. Or you can go sit in Madison Square Garden and have that atmosphere. You're probably paying, I would think anyway, guys, more for the atmosphere than anything when you're going to these championship games. Like, a lot of people are there to be seen. And a lot of things in life, again, are about those experiences. And I've never been to a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden. I've never been to a Ranger game at Madison Square Garden. I'd love the opportunity to go see one of those teams play at the world's most famous arena. And so if I had the means, I don't think I would even think twice about it. It would be 100% going to watch this thing in New York versus in San Antonio. And that's not a shot against San Antonio. That's just telling you how epically big this is going to be once this thing reaches Game 3 on Monday night in New York? Or, that's Monday. When they're going to play Monday in New York. Yeah.
I saw a couple of cool things as the World Cup gets closer and closer to, first kick. The building, I don't know the name of the building, but it's when you're on 435 and you know where the skydiving building is?
Yeah,
and
right.
then like the Marriott, I
yeah,
think is
right.
that what
Yeah, well, whatever that BOK building, I think the one you're talking
they have
about.
a countdown of days.
Oh, do they really?
It's like lit up.
Oh, that's cool.
And it
Nice.
says like number and then days because I drove by it and I had to, double neck it. I was like, oh, hey, they got a countdown on the building and lights on the windows.
All right.
Because I remember that's where they put the like rest in peace James and it was like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Which is really creative for them to do that. And then there's a water park in Lee Summit close to my house called Summit Waves. And they have every nation that's represented in flags outside the front of the water park.
Cool. I saw one of those downtown, too.
I was wondering if that's kind of one of those things that you just do, obviously, but it was really cool. And then you found this story of these bikers.
Oh, my God. This story took over yesterday.
10 months? No chance.
10 months, 10,500 miles. These guys rode all the way from Argentina and ended up here in Kansas City yesterday at the team hotel. 10 months, 10,500 miles that ended at the Argentina team hotel yesterday in Kansas City. These guys that have biked in. And as of last night, I don't know if things have changed. I'm sure they have because this is Kansas City and we do things the right way. But as of last night, these guys rolled into town after a 10-month bunker, had no tickets to the game.
Not yet.
Not yet. That as of last night, I'm wondering if somebody has stepped it up and found a way to get this is something where FIFA should look at this and go, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to step it up and we're going to do something good because let's be honest here, FIFA has no goodwill, right? Like zero goodwill whatsoever. Does anybody like those folks? FIFA. I mean, seriously, does anybody have anything nice to say about FIFA? No, right? No. So here's what we're going to do. If you're them, give those guys the tickets and do some goodwill.
FIFA.
Because you blocked off all these hotel rooms that nobody can sell now. You held these hotel rooms up, 30,000 in Kansas City, just Kansas City alone, and that doesn't count all the other cities that are now, you created false demand for all this stuff. Give these guys the tickets. Let them go to the game for free and celebrate the hell out of them, man, because quite honestly, that's the most impressive thing I've ever seen somebody do. 10 months on a bike?
It's insane.
If you go to Kansas City's official Twitter account or X account, just Kansas City, they have a post of it from 16 hours ago, and it says, welcome Miguel Vicente and Yamanandul. I don't know. And then the Twitter handle that they represent, you talk about a word with vowels. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name of this group that they are a part of. They biked for nearly 300 days.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
nuts.
Wow. So imagine having that idea.
When's the last time you biked for 3 days?
Was the last time you biked for 3 hours?
Yeah. Years.
I mean, think about it. Like, what was that conversation like with those guys? How long have they been planning this? Was this a spur of the moment type
Probably
thing?
4 years. I mean, I would think, like, if it took almost a year, you got to start planning, like, the minute you hear the announcement that Argentina, I mean, we didn't even know Argentina was going to be based here until, last year?
Yeah.
So maybe that's when it was.
Maybe. I don't know. We announced the World Cup, I guess we got it 2 years ago when they announced what the cities were going to be. And I think, I don't even know when they announced when the base camps were. Maybe they were just going, and once they heard where the base camps were, they may have diverted, kind of their route as to where Argentina would be based. But, I mean, how cool is that? You talk about, like, doing anything you possibly can to go see your team play. And these guys rode 10,500 miles over 10 months on a bike to do that. What a great story. I mean, I would love to talk to these guys and find out just everything. I mean, where'd you eat? Where'd you sleep? What'd you do? Did you rest? What kind of support along the way? Where was the hardest terrain to kind of, figure this thing out. So there's so much to talk to these guys about. I would love to have hours with them because what they did is so damn fascinating, man. No matter what we've done to go watch our teams play, nothing beats what those guys have done.
And then the sad story of FIFA coming to Kansas City, Western Auto sign going to remain dark.
Yeah, that stinks. Why can't we? Yeah, come on. Figure that out. City, buy it.
I mean, homeowners associations involved, so.
My goal in life is to do a radio show from the top of the Western Auto building.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's where I want to do a parade. I'm away from everything. I can see it all from a bird's eye. That'd be great. Yeah, Mike, the situation. New Jersey's new governor. Love that. The NFL, it never sleeps. 98 days. Plus, we get to our weekly poll on a Wednesday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
FIFA!
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending have been partners with us for the last 10 years or so, probably over 10 years now, as I think about it. And we love our experience with Golden Oak Lending because once we made that first call a decade ago, we're in the system. We're part of the family, and they're always looking out for our best interest. There isn't time that goes by where we don't hear from Golden Oak Lending reaching out to us and saying, hey, we got a great low mortgage rate right now. Is it something that you would be interested in? And that's the beauty of Golden Oak Lending. They're always looking out for our best interest. They're always looking out for the best interests of everybody who's part of the Golden Oak family. And so take that free mortgage checkup and get part of that family today. There's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just you talking about where you are in life and where you want to go. You're explaining your financial situation to the folks at Golden Oak Lending, and they're listening. Then they get to work to find out if they've got a mortgage that's better than the one that you're currently in. If they do, boom, you're on your way. The average cash-out customer saves $1,104 per month, and when you refinance with Golden Oak Lending, you get to go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. So call today and get that free mortgage checkup on the books. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD. And do what we did. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and fellas, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to be told the truth because you're hiding behind your emotions or your insecurities. It's fine. But you know what? The truth is, ED can ruin the moment, and nobody wants that. Not you, not your significant other, because it's not always about you. But when you're getting intimate with your partner and you aren't able to perform the way that you used to or the way that you're able to, there can really be frustrating times. But at Heartland Men's Health, they're here to settle those frustrating times. There are a wide range of advanced treatment options for every stage of ED that can help you get back to performing again. Heartland Men's Health uses advanced medical science to empower male performances with therapies that go far beyond pills. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
The Kansas City Auto Show is back, and we're taking over the Overland Park Convention Center with more brands, more test drives, free parking, and all new features. Join us June 4th through 7th at our exciting new location at the Overland Park Convention Center. Get up close to the latest cars, trucks, and SUVs. It's fun for the whole family. Don't miss your chance to see your future of driving all in one place. Get your tickets now at kcautoshow.com. The Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through the 7th at Overland Park Convention Center.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years, and they know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830. 816-265-2830 for all your cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brennan from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the upcoming World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC features the biggest names who helped make the World Cup in Kansas City possible. And there was a lot of work, plus the major storylines heading into this summer's tournament.
This is so much more. This isn't just a podcast about soccer.
No, you're right, Rob. It's a podcast about Kansas City, for Kansas City, telling the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, along with video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
So make sure you subscribe. Download Beyond the Pitch KC with Rob Brenton and myself, Scott Parks, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to the home of the Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow, Missouri side, 35 southbound from 152 into downtown. Moves well, and that's a 12-minute drive. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Right back at it here on a Wednesday on 96.5 The Fan. Mac Morty, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens, all with you. Jay Binkley coming up in about 20 minutes. Royals manager Matt Quatraro at 9. Get a little KU baseball talk as well today as they play Saturday at 5 o'clock on ESPN2 as they look to continue to crank the hog against the Boomer Sooners.
Big matchup. Love it. Old Big 8 days, man. Nostalgia sells, right?
You better believe it. We'll have their pitching coach, Brandon Scott, on a little bit later today at about 8 o'clock today. So kind of interested in that, especially with the weekend, as you kind of talk to your friends about what you're going to be doing, everything like that. Tonight's game 1 of the NBA Finals, Friday night game 2, Saturday KU at 5 o'clock. So a lot to look forward to. And shout out to the KC Mavs. Who advanced to the finals.
There you go.
They win last night.
Seems like they win every year, I feel like. Like, that's a good franchise, man. They're always doing something good over there.
Here we go, Mavs.
They're heavily supported. I know that.
Yeah, they are.
Very
Big
heavily
time.
supported. So don't forget, the Cody and Gold Garage Sale is Wednesday, June 10th. 100% of the proceeds go to the Negro Leagues Museum, baseball museum, that is. Auction items are available for viewing and bidding by going to 965thefan.com and clicking the pass-through link. Maybe I should offer up the Duke. That's the golf ball that had himself a day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, played all 18 with one golf ball.
How about that? Way to go.
Awesome,
man.
I thought those guys riding 10,500 miles was something good. That right there is I don't know that I've ever played one hole with one ball.
Yeah, suck it, bikers.
I mean, seriously,
That's awesome.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Way to go.
That ball had a freaking day, man.
Yeah.
The Duke
Did you put it on like a little like mantle or something like that and retire it after yesterday?
Put it back in the bag. Probably won't play with it again. I don't know if the last time I played 18 holes with one golf ball.
That's pretty cool. Because you lost or you changed it throughout or what?
Yeah, either like it hit a cart path or it found water or it found rough that my eyes couldn't see.
Can you change balls in the middle of a hole?
No, according to PGA Tour.
Yeah, I'm asking like real rules. Yeah.
You can do whatever you want if you don't get paid to play.
Right.
Because what you can do in regular play is, if your ball has mud on it, I suggest you pick it up and clean it. In the PGA Tour, you touch that,
you're out. Okay.
Yeah, you get a stroke penalty for that.
Or you can just kick it.
Yeah. The PGA Tour, man, they have a lot of rules that they're starting to
relax a little bit
from. Yeah. Like now you can ground the club in sand. They just need to start incorporating playing the ball forward and maybe out of divots.
Yeah.
I don't know. Divot is man-made. It's not naturally there. So like, doesn't make sense to me. But nobody cares. The NFL, man, look, I know we've talked a couple of times, and I've been kind of an advocate of this, that it's going to stale itself out with like how you view the games, how many games per week. But it's not winning the war. It might be, winning the battle of Dusty's take of the NFL will eventually, get stale. But I think that the NFL is the most loved sport in the US of A because it has no offseason.
No, there's none.
I mean, it really doesn't. And it slam dunks on both seasons, right? I mean, I don't need to tell you how entertaining and how fun the regular season is. We can sit here and bitch and moan about, game on Wednesday night at 7:30. We have to get up next morning, or, whatever. We're watching. No matter how much you want to. It's like your wife's cooking. It might suck, but you're still going to eat it. Because
after I fix it.
Yeah. Salt and pepper always does the best. Or Tony
hold your
Saturates.
nose. Someday there'll be a strip where you can just put it in your mouth and not taste your wife's food. Wouldn't you love that?
You go tell Alex Gold how you can reverse the surgery.
Right? Yeah. Wouldn't you love that if you could like pop a strip and then eat the food and your wife thinks you like it when it's really garbage? It'll be the best thing ever for husbands.
You can. That's called acid, Bob. But it's slam dunks both seasons. And you look at what we would consider the off season, which is what it is called and what it is, but you have the draft, you have free agency, you have the social media schedule release, you've got June 1st, you've got training camp. You know how many people, Mac, lose their minds once 15's in a yellow jersey, throwing a football to somebody in a red jersey with no pads. It's just, we're here.
We're here. And everybody's doctoring everybody's legs up now. I was telling you, the guy who we saw as the fullback, number 42, the other day with the big legs, now it's being passed on to wide receivers throughout the Chiefs' kingdom, and they're having fun with that as well. So, football is back. And the term off-season, I think, needs to be retired when we talk about the NFL. And maybe even the NBA to an extent, but it's not quite as big in the off season, if you will, as the NFL. But it's not the off season anymore; it's the non-game season, right? Because this part of the year, from the time the games end on Super Bowl Sunday, which will be February 14th this year, you got basically a month before the new league year starts, and in that time, you have the combine, you have the rumors, you have the college free agency and draft and all that kind of stuff getting ready to get geared up. So there is no downtime there. It's just a non-game season that we're living in. And there's a lot of times where the non-game season, quite honestly, is more entertaining than some of the weeks of the regular season. When the NFL gives up on weeks, you can see it in the schedule. Week 3 is usually kind of a give-up week, for scheduling for the NFL. They get you going with weeks 1 and 2 and then kind of dial it back, a little bit. But I think when we sit in the non-game season now of the NFL, guys, this is where the rumors are. This is where the juice is. This is where the stories are. It's what people like. How long have we been following A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots? Even before the Diana Rossini scandal happened, everybody was talking about A.J. Brown going to the New England Patriots. And then the one yesterday or 2 days ago now with, Myles Garrett going to Cleveland, that took everybody by surprise, right? I love the backstory now and the, how it all came down. They've been working on this for a week, and they asked Myles Garrett to waive his no-trade clause. He said he had to go sleep on it for a minute. I'm like, no, you did not. You did not have to go sleep on that.
Well, he did because he didn't realize how much state income tax.
That's true.
That I would understand. Like, do I really want to lose $10 million?
But I would have told him, I said, look, man, if you want me, then you have to give me a 13.5% raise or whatever the difference is between the Ohio state taxes and the California state tax just to make that move on par with where I'm going. And then he claims, it was hard to leave the Browns. It's not hard to leave a team that is not putting the infrastructure in place for you to have success as a star player. And so, and Myles Garrett didn't go, but yeah, you're right, Dusty. I mean, this thing just keeps churning and churning and churning. There's not a day goes by where there's not an NFL story. Now, it will dissipate a little bit once minicamp ends. We get that mid-June to early July break when everybody goes on vacation and does their thing in the NFL. But really, other than that, it is a 365-day-a-year league that constantly puts out great content for fans.
And I think that, we talk about the NBA's offseason, like after the finals are over and we can all have a cigarette and breathe, because I think it'll go 7.
I hope it
goes 7.
Yeah. So does the league.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think everybody that watches, I want to see the Stanley Cup go 7 games because
what a night last night for that. I mean, what a historical loss last night.
Nice call on taking the under, Dusty.
I mean,
9 goals.
But you know what? But I mean, the upset that occurred last night, I don't know if you guys knew what took place last night. Road teams were 0-55 when down multiple goals at any point in Stanley Cup Final Game 1. Carolina had a 2-0 lead after 12:08 in the 17 seconds in, it's 1-0. Less than 10 minutes in, it's 2-0.
Worst lead you can have in sports.
A 2-0 lead is terrible. It is an awful lead. And
it's just wild to me.
It is, right? Whether it's a 2-0 series lead or a 2-0 lead or anything like that.
Hockey's different, I guess.
6-0 in football is your 2-0 equivalent and everything else.
Okay.
Because we got 2 scores. You really didn't. You got 2 field goals, right? You don't have that. So, but 0-55 when the visiting team is down at any point in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals by 2 or more. And they went on and they won that game. The Vegas Knights, too, guys. I know we're kind of off topic on this one, but like if you're a professional sports franchise, you need to be studying the Vegas Knights. They've been to 3 finals in 9 years of existence. That's a hell of a run right there.
How much can you attribute that to expansion draft and things like
that?
No,
the expansion draft is nothing because you never get any good players.
That wasn't my understanding of it, but I don't know as much about it. But I remember when that happened, that was not the conversation going on. But I don't know much about it.
Yeah, usually every time I've seen expansion, you get to protect the players that you want, and the players you don't protect are, they're marginal or whatever. And then you can bring guys back into the fold. And, hockey does have sort of a salary cap in it, but it's all about how you run your franchise, too. You hire the right people, you put them in place, and you reap the benefits of success. Now, how many coaches they've had? I think they've changed coaches more than I've changed underwear over the last week. I mean, they change coaches constantly because this guy that they hired right now, Tortorella, he comes in and he yells at people for like 6 months and then they fire him. He wears out his welcome, but he came in with like 8 games to go and they were floundering. And now here they are, 3 wins away from getting the Stanley Cup for the second time, I think, in franchise history. That's a wild franchise to watch, man. Crazy how much success they've had.
Yeah, I think to kind of go back to the NFL topic, because we talked about the NBA in the offseason, it's always dynamite. Baseball winter meetings are kind of interesting, at least for me, because you kind of understand like where teams are going to go. Plus, the June draft is always kind of fun for the NBA. Plus, like you talk about baseball, like these guys just come off a College World Series. How many of these guys are going to have the Brandon Finnegan story where they're pitching in the World Series or playing in the World Series, literally just playing in a College World Series? And the NFL, I don't need to sell anybody on the regular season because it fricks, right? Like we just know it. And it's 24/7, 365 life cycle. Like we wait and slobber for year round for the season to start. Like even though we're mad that it started on a Wednesday, Tuesday will just be all NFL talk for that. Wednesday morning, all things about that game. The next day, all things about that game. And then you have another game Thursday, another game Friday. It just goes on and on. So, I mean, it still wins. But again, like, where I think it's getting stale with too much, streaming and too many games during too many days of the week, that's still so far, far behind how much is locked in and never stopping and never sleeping. And, like Bill Belichick said, no days off.
Right.
That didn't just mean for the Patriots. That's just the NFL in general. Plus, you have guys that get in trouble in the offseason, what that means for their, contracts moving forward. You saw Drake London got paid yesterday. And the first thing I saw on every single comment was, look at how much Rashee Rice is wasting away
Oh, my
with money.
God. It's crazy. If you're Rashee Rice.
And I'm not saying he's Drake London, but, like, if he could perform and stay on the field and not be suspended and not have all these issues.
If he played as well as we've seen him play in spurts consistently for these last 3 years and stayed off the field, he'd be considered to get one of these contracts that is being paid out right now.
Speaking of contracts.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
That's right. That's the sound of the Fescoe and Dusty poll question on the Fan 965 on X. Rumors are starting to swirl at the four-letter network that Pat McAfee is in contract negotiations with ESPN, and I would assume that he has the football mentality. I want to be the highest paid, player at that position. I believe Stephen A. is currently the reigning in the top position in that. What'd you say he's making, like 125?
Yeah, it was 5 years, $100 million. Yep.
$100 million 5 years. So he's making $20 million a year. Stephen A. the face of ESPN, or is Pat McAfee the face of ESPN as of June 3rd, 2026? That is the poll question. Is the face of ESPN Stephen A., or is the face of ESPN Pat McAfee? And how will ESPN decide that via paycheck?
Yeah, I think right now, Dusty, if you ask me today, I have to say it's Pat McAfee. And the reason I say it's Pat McAfee, and the only reason I say it's Pat McAfee, is he's not worried about other things outside of ESPN right now. Stephen A. Smith has got his hand in politics. He's worried about other shows, all this other kind of stuff. Pat McAfee is ESPN right now. He is focused on ESPN.
He's also got the WWE.
Yeah, but that's also with ESPN. That's under the ESPN umbrella now. They have the WWE rights. So he's all tied in under that one umbrella. And so I think he is the face of ESPN right now. And the other reason why I think he's the face of ESPN right now is, where are all the big guests showing up all the time, right? Like, he has everybody show up. He had Aaron Donald on yesterday. Yeah. Right, exactly. He had Aaron Donald on the day that Myles Garrett signed, talking about the possibility of him coming back. Like, nobody breaks the news like Pat McAfee does. Nobody gets the big guests like Pat McAfee does. Nobody gets the stories like Pat McAfee does. And Stephen A. Smith, while he's good at yelling and doing his show and stirring it up and all that kind of stuff, I just don't think he's in the same ballpark right now as Pat McAfee. And the other thing that Pat McAfee has that Stephen A. Smith doesn't have is the respect of everybody in the games, right? Pat McAfee is a football player. He played the game. He's not sitting courtside playing solitaire and doing all that kind of stuff. People gravitate to Pat McAfee that are in the sports world. And I think that does matter with the relationships that you have and things of that nature. I think Pat McAfee, in my opinion, takes the nod right now over Stephen A. Smith. Where do you guys stand on it?
I think it's also a conversation of two Americas. I think Stephen A. probably speaks to different demographics than Pat McAfee does. I mean, I know there's people that work for other networks that think Pat McAfee is kind of like a mockery of like what they try to do, where it's like, he just kind of says, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah, I love Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I mean, he has that attitude. That guy. Other people will say, like,
I wish I had the balls to do what Pat McAfee's done.
And that's a fair, opinion to have, because I like them both. I'm very interested to hear what Stephen A. has to say before game one of the finals, because obviously he's a gigantic Knicks fan, so he's going to lean into that. Obviously, if they kind of like fizzle out, that will be appointment television to watch him go back to the window and stare out and be depressed. But I don't know if there is a real answer here. I think ESPN looks at this and says, we're good. Like, we got two of the best.
Oh, they've got the two best out there. The two guys that everybody talks about, right? Who are the most polarizing sports media figures? It's Pat McAfee and it's Stephen A. Smith. At least in my opinion, it is.
Yeah, you could throw Colin in there.
Yeah, a little bit, but ESPN still carries that weight over every other network out there because it's ESPN. It's what we all gravitate to when we're looking for sports. It's just it's just the way it is.
Right.
It's like Coke versus Pepsi or whatever, right? So I just think right now Pat McAfee has done so much unbelievable stuff. Like, I really do. I wish I had the guts to do what Pat McAfee did, where he just went out on his own, grabbed a bunch of sponsors, did his thing, and then ESPN went, we got to have you, and so we're going to buy you and bring you in. Like, Stephen A. Smith has been, and I'll say this, he's been a benefit of being on ESPN too, because when he was with Fox and he was doing the lead-in show to our show, nobody knew where Stephen A. Smith was. Like, he was on Fox Sports Radio doing the lead-in show, and when he was not with ESPN, he wasn't very popular, right? Pat McAfee was popular before he went to ESPN. So I think the ESPN brand helps everybody raise their popularity, but I think Pat McAfee is going to be popular and have it regardless if he ever goes away from ESPN, too, because he had it before he went to ESPN.
98 days until football starts. Mac wants us to give our Super Bowl predictions. That's tough on June 3rd.
Yeah, I think Bobby put this in there. Bobby Bulldog put this in here.
Bobby Bulldog's got us with our prediction.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go Rams Chiefs.
That's where I'm going to.
I'm biased.
I will go Rams Chargers.
It's today.
Wow. Okay, Carrington, thank you. You can close your mic for the rest of the day.
I don't know. I'm not ready to say. I'm not ready for the Chiefs there yet. I gotta see some more.
Why are you ready for the Chargers then?
I really like what they've got on paper. I really like their roster. I mean, I've been on the Harbaugh-Herbert train, and I said 2 years ago when it was happening, get ready for year 3, because that's how long this stuff takes. They had a rebuild, and they've done that with the draft and free agency. And Herbert. I mean, Herbert has, if you want to talk about playoff losses and just like make it like a surface level conversation, fine. But like game to game, Sunday to Sunday, he's become a much better player, which is scary because he was already damn good before.
It's going to be interesting to see how the new offensive coordinator works, too, and what kind of growing pains they have.
It's the best addition. It's the best addition in the NFL. Other than Myles Garrett, it's the best addition in the NFL this offseason.
We'll see how it works. I'm sure it'll be a struggle in the first month of the season, right?
I don't think so.
And so then after that, I'm sure they will get rolling and kind of move along. I mean, that's what happens when you put in a new offense. It looks clunky at first. They're like, what's going on here?
I think
it didn't look like that in Miami.
It's maybe a lazy take, but I think it has more emphasis on the Chargers. Got to stay healthy.
Yeah,
sure.
Every year, that's the team
them,
that gets bitten by that bug. And last year it was like their whole offensive line, and Herbert was basically back there on pins and needles and minor strands of DNA just to get by. Still did well, but and then you get old Mikey McDaniel in there and see if he can kind of get things going. So Max got Super Bowls he's got Rams and Chargers. We've got Chiefs.
So you got an all LA Super Bowl in LA.
It's home field advantage.
I mean, who's going to want to watch that?
Oh, I'd be locked in.
What?
I'd be locked in.
LA Super Bowl. All is LA. It's just LA. I mean,
we'll get to Binkley's
depending
Super
on
Bowl.
how our season goes, I'll tell you that's how I'll watch that Super Bowl.
We'll get to Binkley's Super Bowl prediction. Plus, he is hard for the Stanley Cup here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
There's juice all over the place.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Window World, they are out and they're installing these windows everywhere in Kansas City because everybody in Kansas City knows how great Window World windows are. When you need those replacement windows for your home, and everybody's going to need them, you need to call Window World like we did. It was years ago. We needed replacement windows, over 30 of them, and we said we're calling one place, and it's Window World because we know how good Window World is. One of 2 windows with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, and they're ranked #1 of windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. Plus, they're the official window of the Kansas City Chiefs, so you know you're getting a winning product and great replacement windows. And we've been so satisfied with our Window World windows. We absolutely love them. One of the coolest things that I like about Window World windows, the lifetime warranty. That covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. So if anything happens, Window World comes out and they fix it and they take care of it for you. So get your free in-home estimate on the books right now. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
That wreck really took everything off track. Can't work, can't help with the kids. The bills are stacking up.
Then stop waiting. Call the Car Crash Kings, SWL Injury Law. Car crashes, that's what they do.
Yeah?
Yeah, they go to work so you can get your life back and get paid what you're owed.
Don't get pushed around. Visit us at SWL Injury Law today for your free consultation. We're the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
Visit SWLinjurylaw.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Community Blood Center is teaming up with the Kansas City Royals for our annual Royals Weeks. Now through June 14th, help keep our blood supply strong ahead of these critical summer months. Join us to donate blood and receive 2 tickets to a select Royals home game this season. With a single donation, you could be the reason up to 3 people get out of the hospital and into the stands this summer. Schedule your donation today at savealifenow.org or call 877-468-6844.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
FanDuel is giving you even better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. And with more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From point spreads to player points to threes and so much more, you can build it all into one simple same-game parlay and go for an even bigger payout. So if you're betting a same-game parlay this NBA postseason, you can bet them with America's #1 sportsbook app with our friends over at FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. So head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. One more time, that's FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check every stat, trend, and matchup all in one place. You can make your picks with confidence. Everything you need in just one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel right now, America's #1 sportsbook app and official partner of the NBA, and play your game. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Kansas City Royals and Community Blood Center are teaming up for their annual Royals Weeks and Summer Blood Drive. Donate at any CBC location between now and June 14th, and you'll receive 2 redeemable ticket vouchers for a 2026 Royals home game while supplies last.
This report is brought to you by Bet365. Winning is everything.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law. The Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Missouri side, Grand Valley into Blue Springs, 70 westbound, off again, on again, slow stuff from the Buckner exit in towards Adams Dairy with an accident. Eastbound, the heavier side with this problem. All lanes blocked at Adams Dairy, a forced trip through the Service Road intersection, but it's stacked up coming over from 7 Highway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Tobacco, football, and boobs. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jack He loves beer and chewing tobacco, football and booze. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Binkley.
There's 2 things Binkley hates. It's rap music and bye weeks. Unless it's the Humpty Dance song, then Binkley gets turned up for that.
Bye weeks.
Yeah. He hates bye weeks, man, and weddings in the fall. Am I saying any lies, Jay?
No, bye weeks suck, man. So do weddings. You know my feelings on that.
Yeah, so does Valentine's Day.
Do you like the Super Bowl on Valentine's Day?
No, well, that's fine. It's fine. Just let it carry on through because that's what you're going to be celebrating is football on that day. But like Mac, look, he's getting married in the summer. He knows the rules.
What rules are those again?
You don't get married during football season. You do it in the off season.
Okay, fair enough. Did you watch that Stanley Cup thriller last night, Jay? It was 1-0 before you could even text me. It was 1-0.
Oh, man, it was crazy. These 2-0 leads, man. But Vegas, you're right, Bob. I mean, there's you look at what this team did, 8 games left in the season, 7-0-1, John Tortorella. I mean, it's amazing what they did. I mean, this is a team that was going to the playoffs. They made that change, and, man, these two teams are great teams. I mean, Carolina lost just 1 game in the Stanley Cup playoffs, had home ice, and there's Vegas down 2-0 coming back. What a great series this can be, unless Vegas just steamrolls it.
Yeah, I get to really feel like I understood the game because I understood, Connor Stahl and Eichel, like 2 guys for the playing against each other. I was like, all right, this sounds kind of like the Olympic hockey matchups going on because I know Eichel's a big guy for the United States and he plays for Vegas. So I kind of felt good watching that game last night. Got home after golf and the Royals game was over. It was 3-3. Finished the game 5-4. Wild, Jay. I'm all in on the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, not only that, but guy with 9 goals for Carolina. His name is Stankoven. Guarantee you they're calling him Stank. Let's go, Stank.
I love that.
Let's go, Stank. Let's go, Stanky.
Sounds like a guy.
Isn't that a friend of yours from childhood? Yeah. Weren't you friends with Stank?
Oh, it seems like but Logan Stankoven. I mean, guarantee you they're calling. He's got 9 goals in the playoffs. They've been killing it, but guarantee you, what's up, Stank? What's going on, Stank? Guarantee it's what they're calling him in the locker room.
BBL Stinky.
You better believe it.
That's right.
Jay, when you saw Myles Garrett to the Rams, what was your first reaction?
Wow, what a pair! But I thought, you know what? Once they moved Jared Verse as well, because I think Jared Verse is on his way to being something great as well. And I'm thinking, okay, you put Myles Garrett there, you still got Jared Verse and whatever. When Jared Verse went to Cleveland, because they wouldn't give up on that unless they got Jared Verse going back. But they gave up a king's ransom for Myles Garrett. I get it, man. They're pushing all in. This is what the Rams do. They push all in, and they better hope they get that ring, and they did. I mean, they pushed all in. They ended up getting that Super Bowl ring. They rebuilt up a little bit when Aaron Donald retired, and maybe he comes back. We'll see what he does. But, yeah, I thought that's what they do. And these teams that make these big splashes, whether it works or not, it's yet to be seen. But I will say these are the money times of the NFL. It doesn't really – everybody always worries about the trade deadline and what players teams are going to pick up. But really, the NFL is one in the offseason because of the draft, what you do in free agency, not necessarily making the biggest splash. Sometimes teams that make the biggest splash don't turn out being some of the best teams, but these teams, the groundwork is laid for how good these teams are. But Myles Garrett's a true stud, man. I mean, the guy's the best of the best. But losing Jared Verse, I mean, if they were able to keep Jared Verse, different situation.
Yeah, it would have been a great situation if they were able to keep him, but Cleveland said, no, we're going to, make the trade only if Jared Verse, is part of that conversation. And so with Myles Garrett going now out to L.A., it really is the first time, guys, that I think you can absolutely say if this team doesn't win the Super Bowl, it truly is a failed season. And that is the Los Angeles Rams, because there's no reason not to go out there and win a Super Bowl. And if they don't win this Super Bowl, Jay, it's going to be looked at one of the most underachieving seasons maybe in NFL history.
Well, you look at these GMs and they push all in. Remember 2014, the A's, they pushed all in with some of the trades that they made. They ended up, sneaking in with the wild card, losing to the Royals in the wild card game. In 2015, it was the Royals. It was Dayton Moore pushing all in, saying, you know what? I mean, in that series of 2 years, he trades away 5 left-handed pitchers or starting pitchers for the Royals in that, and Dayton Moore pushed all in to get that ring as well. So some GMs do it. It works out. It didn't work out for Billy Beane and the A's when they fell flat, but the Rams have proven they've been able to do it. So they're an interesting study for teams that always, kind of get rid of their first-round picks, but how good are first-round picks if there's a proven guy already there. So it's interesting what the Rams are doing. I like it.
Speaking of picks, Binkley, both sides of the ball, who has a chance for the Kansas City Chiefs, your local team, to kind of step up on each side?
You're looking at this and seeing the growth from year 1 to year 2. I really like Noel Williams, man. I think he showcased what he can do with the Chiefs last year and how he fits in with Spags. And you start to see glimpses of what he could do. He didn't get to play as much as what you wanted, but I think they really have something to know Williams. And when most of these guys go back and redraft, not this year's draft, but the year before when Noel Williams was taken, a lot of times he's in the first round. Like he's viewed as a first rounder. You see why the Chiefs traded down for Noel Williams. And on offense, it's a different name, but it's a name that really started to showcase itself. And you say, all right, I like what this guy's doing. Nobody's talking about this guy. It's Kingsley Suamatea. Didn't work out as left tackle for the Chiefs. Goes into that guard position, and he really didn't talk about him much at all. And the Chiefs, been so heavy loaded there with Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey there in the middle. I think Kingsley can be that guy. You think about that interior of this Chiefs offensive line and the athleticism, what Kingsley can do. Pulling to the outside gives him more opportunities at guard to do it. Looking forward to what he can do with this running game and some of these running backs the Chiefs have picked up. But I think Kingsley Suamatea will be a guy that you mentioned, and you don't always want to mention offensive linemen, although Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey certainly get mentioned quite a bit. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what his development playing now that he's found his position, what he can do this next year. So I think Kingsley's one of those guys to really watch.
You've got a chance to watch Mahomes in practice, seeing that ACL kind of come back. It's reminding you of Randall Cunningham, you said?
Yeah, it does. And, Bob, you probably remember this as well, being the age that we are. But Randall Cunningham was one of those guys in the early 90s. He tore his ACL. He was looked upon as different than Mahomes in a way that he was, more of a scrambling quarterback when he came out of UNLV, but always been a very good quarterback. But the ACL, he had to change who he was as a quarterback. And that was always the big thing with Randall Cunningham, is that he's going to have to sit in the pocket. He's going to have to be a different quarterback. And you hear all these things with Mahomes. Well, he's going to have to be a different quarterback. I don't agree to that to a full extent, because I think eventually you're not going to be able to keep him in the pocket. He is going to go out there and scramble. But Randall Cunningham had a lot of success, including that one year that they missed that field goal when they go 15-1 with the Minnesota Vikings and didn't quite push through, even though that team was the best team in the NFL. But Randall Cunningham did become a better quarterback. And I'm thinking back, and, Randall Cunningham, always a really good quarterback, Bob, but he totally had to change who he was as a player. You probably remember those days.
Yeah.
Think of the NFC East, but that's who Mahomes reminded me of when they keep saying, well, he's going to have to be in the pocket. Can he do it? Well, Randall Cunningham did it. Randall Cunningham came off that ACL and became a different quarterback. And I think back to those days with Randall Cunningham, not saying Mahomes is going to have to change who and what he is as a quarterback, but Randall Cunningham legitimately did change who and what he is and became a really good quarterback. Well, he was always a good quarterback.
Yeah, he really was, and I think a lot of times he gets more remembered for his legs than his arms. He had a cannon for an arm, man.
He had a great arm, and really when he settled into the pocket, and you think about that Vikings team that was all about throwing the ball through the air, and Chris Carter doing his damage and stuff like that. That 15-1 Vikings team, and Randall Cunningham had a lot of success after the ACL.
All right, Binkley, real quickly, who's winning the Memorial Tournament in Ohio this weekend?
Scheffler is going to play in this one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's plus 350.
I'm tired of these. Scheffler's only second or third place. He did have that one win this year. Like that, and I like Cam Young as well.
All right, I'll keep my eyes open. I'll be watching it, Binkley, and we will talk to you next Wednesday, my man. Take care.
All right, fellas, take care.
That is Jay Binkley. It ends tonight. The wait is over. Mac did not sleep at all last night because he is excited for tonight's Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We dive into it next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and baseball is underway. I know it, you know it. I've seen all your gorgeous pictures, and I'm referencing Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. They're smooth, and they're refreshing and perfectly made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy with 0 troubles. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Man, you gotta stop ignoring the obvious signs your bodies are giving you. You're low sex drive, you're low energy. It's probably just I'm tired from the weekend. No, all of these things can be a sign of low testosterone. 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone. I'm in my 40s now. You gotta pay attention to your health. At Low T Center, it's the original TRT clinic, and they've been changing lives since 2009. So book a free testosterone test today and help get your energy, focus, and sex drive back. That's fixmylowt.com, fixmylowt.com.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts in America. And this Father's Day, you'll get a little something extra for dear old dad. Stop by Booth Creek Wagyu at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf and receive the ultimate Father's Day grill package when you spend over $299. That's a Booth Creek grill spatula, meat mitch, and Booth Creek seasonings, and even a pair of customized barbecue socks, all free with minimum purchase. Get Dad what he really wants. Available now at both Booth Creek Wagyu locations.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
The Kansas City Auto Show is back, taking over the Overland Park Convention Center with more brands, more test drives, free parking, and all new family-friendly features. Get your tickets now at kcautoshow.com. The Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th.
Paid for client betrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
Brought to you by the Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th at the Overland Park Convention Center. Blue Springs 70 eastbound, still heavy at Adams Dairy with an accident. Now 70 westbound, slowing into downtown from the Paseo with trouble on 670. The Kansas City Auto Show is back, taking over the Overland Park Convention Center with more brands, more test drives, the free parking, and all new family-friendly features. Get your tickets now at kansascityautoshow.com. The Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
The Cody and Gold Garage Sale benefiting the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum is on Wednesday, June 10th on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Happy Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday. That is the sound of our Fescoe and Dusty poll question drop. It is pretty well known now that Pat McAfee is in contract negotiations with ESPN. Will he get paid more than Stephen A. Smith, who makes 5 for 100, so $20 million a year? The question is very simple. Who is the face of ESPN as of June 3rd, 2026? Is it Stephen A. Smith? Is it Pat McAfee? And I actually voted for this. I said it's still Stephen A., but I am completely in the wrong. It is, according to our poll question results as of now, 32 minutes it's been up. 77.8% say Pat.
Wow.
22.2% say Stephen A.
How about that? That's a pretty big gap right there.
Yeah, I also voted for Stephen A. Smith as
See,
well.
I voted for McAfee. So
yeah. No, I get you. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah, I just think he owns a lot of non-sports news, and I think that's part of being the face of a huge network. We talk about Stephen A. in terms of not sports all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that would be my reasoning.
It's funny how we talk probably more about him with not sports than we do with sports. You know, he's expanding his brand, and I don't fault him at all for that. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, but I just think right now Pat McAfee has become the go-to guy. It's where everybody feels comfortable of going and talking to, you know? And when you have the ability to bring the biggest names on to your show and they feel comfortable talking to you, that's a big deal. Like First Take can bring on guests if they want. They don't just have to sit there and scream at each other all the time. You know, it's possible to do some stuff like Pat McAfee does, but McAfee also lets the guys tell the story too. He lets the athletes, the players, all those folks tell that story, and he gets more out of those athletes than anybody. I mean, a lot of the times with interviews, it's just, you know, the basic stuff, the cliches. Pat McAfee has the trust of his guests where they give him a lot of great information. And so I just think as where we are right now with sports media, Pat McAfee has mastered this era of how sports media is supposed to be done. And like I said, I wish I had the stones of Pat McAfee to go do something like that on my own, bring the three of us together and just do a YouTube show and get sponsors and have fun and then have ESPN buy it. If anybody's interested, we're looking. But seriously, and I'm being serious, but seriously, like Pat McAfee took an idea and created this big brand and seamlessly moved into ESPN and has become, I think, the go-to guy for everything with ESPN. But that's just my take on that.
Speaking of the go-to guy, Mac Morey, the Madden 27 cover has been released.
Oh, Rossini and Vrabel, is it?
It is not. It is Caleb Williams looking like Michael Jordan with the Chicago skyline behind him.
Seriously? That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that sounds really neat.
It looks awesome.
It's like this.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Sears Tower, I think is still called that.
It is to everybody. Okay. You know, yeah.
He's kind of doing the Air Jordan,
yeah,
but throwing the football in midair.
Pose.
Yeah, 100%.
That's not good then. I hate to say it,
hate that pick.
Oh my God, yes, yeah. Bears fans can't be happy with that today.
Oh, they love it.
They're gonna love this.
They went from 2 wins to the playoffs to a cover on Madden. The turnaround is officially bad.
Yeah, but is it going to be the jinx though? That's the thing. Like with Bears fans or any fan right now, you see your guy in the cover of Madden, you're immediately thinking, "Oh my, the Madden jinx is out there," right? That's what you have to think. And now, not only is it the Madden jinx, But now you've got this guy posing like Michael Jordan over the city of Chicago. I can't imagine Bears fans are going to look at that and feel great going in like, oh, my God, you've jinxed us, man, by doing this. It's a great picture, though. It really is. Like, back in my day, we had posters on the wall of our favorite athletes. That would have been a great poster to have in your bedroom, man. If you're a Chicago kid growing up, hell, it would still be a great poster to have now if you want to hang that thing up. Because, I mean, it is a great picture of Caleb Williams over the city of Chicago looking like Michael Jordan with that Jumpman thing. I just hope for his sake it doesn't have the negative connotation that we've seen a lot of people with the Madden cover have, you know?
Is it still 2K? Is that what basketball is?
ESPN Madden 27, yeah.
No, I'm saying like for the NBA games, it's still 2K.
Yeah.
The winner of this series gets their face on the cover. It's either going to be Jalen Brunson or it's going to be Victor Wembanyama because it ends tonight. We get to have game 1 at 7:30. Blinds, windows, everything wide open. And my 3 storylines for this series. Number 1, Victor Wembanyama. Go be him. Go do it. Because I thought Nick Wright made a good point yesterday on First Things First. There is no face. There is no superstar. There is a room of superstars. There is a line of guys waiting to get in. And if Victor Wembanyama can win this, he can elevate himself in the superstar room, right? Like LeBron's barely hanging on in there. Steph's sitting in the lounge chair. He had Tatum in there as well with no boot on. Anthony Edwards was in there. Cade Cunningham as well, and Luka was in there. And then the guys waiting to get in line were like Jaylen Brown was trying to get in, stuff like that. And then guys that got kicked out was Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
It was a really good bit. And Wembanyama can go be this guy now. And the reason I bring that up is because, am I wrong in saying this, that the great ones always start young? Like Tiger Woods came on the scene in 97, and it was just like, buckle up. Patrick Mahomes comes in, year 1 as a starter, AFC Championship, year 2, Super Bowl, right? Tom Brady, first year in the league, Super Bowl. Like they get it when it's early. And then the rest is like, okay, now you can go chase greatness, right? Like you can become great and chase greatness, and it can be 2 different conversations. I believe in that sort of thing. My second storyline would be the Knicks. It's finally their time. Maybe. I mean, you think about a fan base that has been pining for this moment and actually to be able to hoist a trophy up for the first time since
1973.
There you go.
73 or 74, yeah, I can't remember.
53 years ago, whatever that was.
And not only that, they ain't the favorites.
No.
They're the underdogs. Like, the numbers would tell you that it's not their time, that they're here on house money, but Knicks fans would say, no. We've been here before. We need to get this thing done. And the Spurs are the favorites. And the Knicks want to go out there and say, this is title city, man. This is one of the 4 or 5 cities that everywhere you look, somebody's got a championship trophy, if not multiple, in their glass display. My third one is the coaches. Mike Brown, right? Mike Brown, we know his history. We know the haters. Gets fired, comes in for Tibbs. Knicks are in the finals. And then you've got Mitch Johnson. Couldn't imagine what the shadows are like. Big shadow under Popovich, right? Popovich had all those years, all that success with the San Antonio Spurs. Now he moves in as kind of like the understudy, and he's got the roster, man. They're young. They're talented. He's got potentially, if not already, the face of the NBA on his roster, a freak athlete in Victor Wembanyama. Because if he doesn't win this, we know how the NBA works, fellas. Coach's lifespan, very, very short, right? And I know there's a guy at Golden State that's got ties to San Antonio, that a team that is dying out. I heard rumors yesterday that LeBron and Steph are maybe in conversations of joining up together and kind of finishing this, hey, we got to finally play a year together with as teammates and friends. LeBron likes Steph. Steph likes LeBron. And if it doesn't work out in Golden State, the whole thing gets blown up. Am I wrong on that assumption?
No, but it's going to get blown up there anyway. What's Kerr only got 2 more years on that contract, right?
And then if Mitch Johnson can't get it done, am I wrong to think there will be conversations?
No.
to bring Steve Kerr into San Antonio?
No, you're absolutely wrong about that. This guy's in the NBA Finals. This is house money for him. You're not.
Yeah, the guy for the Bucks won the Finals.
I know. Yeah, but
it had Giannis.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 years later, he was bounced out of that equation. But this is the San Antonio Spurs. This is a real organization that understands the passing of the torch. It's very much like what Pat Riley did with Eric Spoelstra, right? Pat Riley is that big figure. He's still the president. He's still in charge. Greg Popovich not in charge of anything, but he's still that figure. And Greg Popovich, man, I didn't hear much about Pop getting involved in anything until towards the end of the year when Wemby had his moment. He came in like a father figure and said, this is the way that we're going to do it, and this is the way you're going to act. And since then, Wemby has done everything that you could potentially want and more. And then he met the team and talked to them before Game 7. And I think that's what you do kind of as the father figure of that organization, the leader of that organization. No, I mean, if they go out there and the Spurs don't win and they're talking about firing that coach, that is very short-sighted.
I didn't say it would be this year. I'm just saying if he doesn't win it this year and then they don't get back, there will be those conversations because 2 years will be up. Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors era will be completely done. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, he's had his opportunities. But again, I respect your take on like the organization.
Yeah, I mean, R.C. Buford, the GM, has been there, I think, before Popovich was there.
Yeah, a lot of similarities to Pittsburgh and
very much so, but they actually have a lot of championships recently. Now it's been 10 years since they, had a championship to show for it. But I mean, they do things the right way in San Antonio. They have slow played this thing, guys. Like I'm not a fan of tanking. But the San Antonio Spurs did it the right way. Had 2 bad years, got the best player, and boom, here we are back in the NBA Finals. That is a franchise, and I've said this for years. They've never gotten enough credit as a franchise for how good that they have been. We always look at Golden State. We look at the New England Patriots. The San Antonio Spurs have been one of the most stable organizations and most effective organizations since 1999. I mean, you could probably count on one hand how many losing seasons that they had, and they used those losing seasons to parlay it into getting the best player in the league and surrounding him with great talent. And, I mean, that's an organization right now that if you're an organization in any sport, you ought to be studying the infrastructure of the San Antonio Spurs and see how that works and how that thing stayed together and how they had a great passing of the torch because they seemingly do just about everything right down there in that organization.
I want to get your response on the other side. You good with that? Yeah. And we'll get to one word as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, what I'll tell you guys is that pain is not something you want to deal with, and we all know that, right? Whether it's in your back or your knees or your shoulders, your hips, you don't want to be in pain. You want to be celebrating what you can do, and that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. They're not bracing for that next jolt of pain. It's gone. They've moved on, back to living their lives. And you've heard me talk about the team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery. The inflammation calms down and the pain backs off. And you know what? 40,000 folks across the country can't be wrong. QC Kinetics is getting people back to doing the things that they love to do and living their best life. So go find out what QC Kinetics can do for you. It's a good life out there. So go live it to the fullest and get rid of all of that pain. The consultations are totally free, so see if you're a good candidate now. Give them a call, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Join us June 12th at the Peanut in the Northland for a USA Watch Party presented by Truly, the official seltzer of U.S. Soccer.
Hi, I'm Amanda, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As director of bridal design, I travel the world for inspiration so that your engagement ring stands out from the rest. My team of in-house designers and I work alongside skilled artisans to curate the most beautiful collection of exclusive engagement rings. At Shane Company, you'll find the ring that's a reflection of your unique style. No cookie-cutter designs here. See our selection in-store or at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years, and they know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830. 816-265-2830 for all your cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
At Kansas City Proton Institute, we're delivering the future of cancer care with state-of-the-art proton therapy right here in KC. If you have breast, head and neck, or brain cancer, proton therapy may be a better treatment than conventional radiation. Don't wait. Get your second opinion at Kansas City Proton Institute. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced proton therapy team. Learn more at kcpi.com. Kansas City Proton Institute, where you see the best in KC.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation, and neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2 up early payout so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Let's say you put your money on Leo Messi in Argentina. They go up too early in the first half. Well, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pre-game straight match result bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you will instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. You like Ronaldo in Portugal. You like Harry Kane in England. Whoever it may be, don't miss your shot at an early win with 2 up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals. Regardless of the final outcome of the match, make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. Please gamble responsibly.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
What's up? It's Patrick Mahomes, and you're listening to The Home for Chase Football. 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
We'll get to one word. Bob Fescoe, Matt Quatraro, Dusty Likens all here with you on 96.5 The Fan on a Wednesday. You've made it halfway through the week, and you get to have the NBA Finals start tonight for a very, very highly anticipated series. I know that I'm hard. Can't wait, man. Which Wemby jersey would you get if they won?
Great
like the
question.
Throwback Spurs or like the modern day Spurs? Because like that, like teal pink, that's
so cool.
That's nasty, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting in the best way possible. I don't know. I might just go the plain black Wemby jersey.
Are you getting a jersey?
We were both talking about maybe both getting a picture Wembanyama jersey.
Sick.
Just fanboying. This might be like my LeBron James is what I was telling him off the air. This might be like my guy I fanboy over. I grew up with LeBron, and all my friends did that with LeBron James. I didn't. I was like the basketball purist, and I have my team, and no, I might just fanboy this guy no matter what and go with him. I love him.
He's 5 years older than that's it. That's the gap there. Like that's how close
You're
they
5
are.
years older than Wemby. Yeah,
22, 27.
It's funny when you start to get older, you start rooting for people over teams at times. You know, you start to find like you work, especially when you work in this business for as long as I have. You have friends that are all over Major League Baseball. I got probably friends in every organization in baseball, friends in every organization in the NFL. NFL, people that I know, you start rooting for the individuals at times because you like, people that you've met over the years so much. And then you like players that you meet. As you get older, you start to say, man, I'm missing out by just following the Celtics all the time. I got this guy down in San Antonio who's doing some great stuff too.
Yes,
and I want to watch him play,
And it's not only obviously the basketball stuff we've never seen before. It's unbelievable. But then he's got quotes like, 22 years old, he's saying, I refuse to carry the burden of hiding my emotions. The goal for me in my life is to accomplish myself and to be a complete human being.
Right.
I want to support this
the
guy.
old sports fan that's my age and over is going to hate that. But I love that kind of statement because that's what it's about, man. It is about finding you. And you use sports as an avenue to make you as a better person, right? I think it's changed a lot where I think athletes used to go into sports saying, I'm going to play sports and that's it. But now they're looking at sports as the beginning of what they can be because of all the social media that's out there, all the endorsements that are possible, all the different avenues now that people have to be themselves and show who they are. I think a lot of athletes use the sports as a jumping point to get into maybe some of that other stuff and really create a career after they're done playing sports because everybody can now. It's all about what you want to do and how you want to embrace it. Again, look at Pat McAfee. The man was a punter, and he is now looked at as the highest paid, most important person on the biggest sports network in the world.
Well, have Mac tell you what Wembanyama did after Game 7.
What did he do?
The movie?
Oh, yeah. This is crazy. Victor Wembanyama reportedly took it. Comes from an NBA reporter. This is real. Mike Wright, he's an ESPN reporter, covers the Spurs. He reportedly took his teammates to see the movie Obsession to help them wind down after their Game 7 win. That is a new horror movie that just came out.
That helps you wind down?
That's to wind down.
Alien, bro.
Alien.
I mean, that's not going to help me wind down like Obsession for Men by Calvin Klein.
Beam me up, Scotty.
We're naming movies after Cologne now from back in the day. I mean, movie to unwind is like Caddyshack.
No, I know. But he's absurd. He's got that next level mentality. Wearing different glasses for screens for his eyes after 9 p.m. because he doesn't want to hurt his eyesight. I mean, he's just
that's insane.
He's next level.
But that's why he's going to have
calling Rudy
success,
Gobert and asking him, hey, what type of water do you drink? What type of water filters do you use in your house? Rudy Gobert's like, you're 22. What are you doing?
But because he wants to be the best.
And
like when you want to be the best at your field, that's what you do. You talk to people who have had the success in your field. It's not that hard to do. The people who can realize that at 22 that they don't have all the answers like this guy, those are the guys that are going to be success. And it's the little things like that, like you just said, he's calling Rudy Gobert and asking about what water. Okay, that's whatever that is, right? But that shows you how he values his career. That shows you how he values his body. That shows you what his priorities are. He's looking around and going, all right, that guy's really good. What is he doing to be that good? Let me call him and find out. It's amazing. Like, I wish I would have done more of that when I was younger, too. Because when you're in your 20s, you've got all the answers in the world. It doesn't matter what somebody's going to tell you. Sure. But now here's a 22-year-old Rudy Gobert who's, I'm 22. I'm pretty good. Wemby, I'm pretty good right now. I'm 22 years old. But look at all these other great players that are in this league. Let me pick their brains a little bit and see what they do and see how they are successful. And that's good advice for everybody. You start a new job, go to that guy. We got a guy that's been in this office 42 years, John Stauffer, right? Been selling radio for 42 years. Older, been here longer than both of you guys have been alive. I was 5 when this gentleman, or 7 when this gentleman got hired here.
One of the nicest, softest spoken people you'll
ever meet, right? And so if you're a new salesperson, why wouldn't you saddle up to a guy who's been doing this for 42 years and say, hey, what have you done over your career to make yourself successful? So long story short, I love that Wemby's doing this kind of stuff. It's awesome.
And it's a great point from the 913. Sorry, just real quick. This proves he's an alien. He's asking humans how everyday life works. That's good.
Good.
It's awesome.
Raise it up.
Yeah.
So I gave you the 3 storylines, and maybe you guys can pick apart. Mac, I know you kind of dive into the NBA just like a little bit more than I will, and Bob's team Knicks over here, so he's going to have his eyes open. Do those 3 storylines, are those the 3, or is it, am I missing one, or is there some criticism on some of them?
No, I think those are absolutely the storylines. I wouldn't touch 2 or 3 with the Knicks. It's their time. Stuff we can talk about that. Yeah, the coaches absolutely. I think the Steve Kerr maybe that's a little too far, but I do think
him to McVay.
I think he's the McVay. Yeah. Do you like that, Bobby?
Say that again?
Steve Kerr's the McVay of the NFL. I think he's getting ready to go to the media in a couple years.
What's he got?
Yeah, but no, I think that's downgrading Steve Kerr a little bit. He's got a lot of championships. McVay only has that one.
Fair. Much better in his sport. But just as far as like young coach, he's won it. He's done it. He's great on TV. We all like him. I think he's probably just got his future there.
Well, he already had the TV stuff. I mean, he went from TV
he was
to
great
coaching,
as a color commentator.
And then him and Mark Jackson kind of switched jobs there for a while, right?
But in that number one storyline, you have Wemby. Obviously, I think that is it. The only thing I would say is, and I wouldn't even edit, I would add on to that and say, we are going to have a little tease at Max Minute here, which you can catch on the Fan 965 and all social medias today at 12:30. We're going to have some sort of, sadly, because this is the way sports work, we'll have some sort of referendum on Wemby's career, positively or negative after this.
And that's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. He's 22 years old. But to your point, the age, a lot of these GOATs start young. And basketball has been a little bit different recently. And I think that would start the serious conversation of him being on the GOAT track, which would be way too early and would be a nuisance. It would be nonsense. But Michael Jordan, 28 years old when he won his first title. LeBron James, 27. Steph Curry, 27.
Tatum, 27.
Tatum, 26 or 27. Giannis, 26.
Curry.
Curry, 27. You've got a couple, obviously. Kareem was 21. Magic was 21. Kobe was 21.
How old was Wilt when he won?
Wilt Chamberlain, I'd have to look that one up. He was probably young. Bill Russell, probably young.
Very young.
Yes.
Some of those old guys were.
Bird was in his third year?
Yep, Bird was 24, very young.
Yeah, that's young. So Wemby's going to be one of, if not the youngest, to win something like that.
And this century,
right? Yeah.
I think he would be the youngest star player because you look at Dwayne Wade, 24 years old, had Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he's also 24. Wemby's 22.
It's 22, and he is the guy. We're talking about him being potentially the face, the best player. So he's so far ahead. So I think that would be the track. If he wins this finals, get ready for that the next day of are we watching maybe the next guy to be the real challenger?
Let me just stop you right there and say, can we change the conversation? I just thought of this as you were talking, Mac, about the GOAT. Because if we're recognizing how good Wemby and Mahomes and some of these guys are immediately, maybe it's okay to put them in that GOAT conversation early. Like when you're going out there and you've never played at this level before in the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball or the NHL, and you go out there and you do things that we've never seen before, and you've done it now for a couple of years, which obviously Mahomes has, Wemby has now as well. Just, his individual game is now equaling that team's success. They're different. You can tell right away when somebody's just better than everybody else. So maybe it's okay to accelerate that GOAT category and put Wemby and put Mahomes and put some of these guys in that category because our eyes don't lie, guys, right? What we're watching right now with Wemby and Mahomes is just different than what anybody else is putting out there. So why wait when we can clearly see we don't have to wait much longer for this guy's better than everybody else?
If I can debate that, I would say what makes a GOAT category, which, again, we hate this conversation, but I think what makes that is the tape is out, the results are in, and yet you're still not stopped.
That's exactly right.
Winning one, I don't want to put anybody in that category, but it's Wemby's played, 2 years completely? 1 year was played with injury, but came into the league, was a little off, was a little, figuring things out.
Like a baby deer kind of.
And then now he's kind of gotten to the point where it's okay, you beat the defending champs. They were, you already seen the hate. They were injured.
Every team is injured in sports. I just got a text from a buddy of mine talking about, sports. He goes, well, the injuries. And then but he also said every team has injuries.
Right.
The injuries are not an excuse.
Part of it.
Sorry.
Tom Brady comes out and and stayed relevant. Mahomes, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, whatever you want to. I know it's not in that order, but the tape was out, and then you changed the way that you wanted to attack him, and then he still figured it out and still did it. Brady the same way.
Yeah.
Magic, Jordan, all these guys. Jordan got to the finals and never lost a finals. Now, didn't always win in the playoffs, but when he got to the finals, you knew he was going to do it, and you could not stop it.
You couldn't stop him.
That, to me, is kind of where that's at. If Wemby goes this year, and then they go back next year and win again, then put it on a mantle and just sit back and enjoy it for the next 15.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Instead of having those conversations, just enjoy what we are watching in all of this. But no, I think the number one story is the Knicks, though. Just the Knicks being in the NBA Finals. That's the meal ticket. That's the number one story. And it's going to be unbelievable once we get to Game 3. These are kind of appetizers till we get to the main event on Monday night at the Garden.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor.
You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor.
This is One Word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
Somebody said on the text line they're so small that the Wimbenyama name would look ridiculous on it.
Like Mac, too. Yeah, like all the way overarching back. Yeah.
Should get it in real size.
Some of the players that have the long names, it looks ridiculous, too. Yeah.
Gosh, could you imagine you got his actual jersey?
size.
It'd be down to your ankles.
Yes.
Good night, Simone.
Just get a jersey.
One word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap and the Landing. 3 great local spots. They got delicious food, cold drinks, TVs galore. They've got patio seating at all 3 locations. It's going to be beautiful outside to go watch that finals game tonight at 7:30. And don't forget the Italian chopped salad. Romaine lettuce, tossed Italian dressing, and topped with salami, cucumber, cherry tomatoes, red onions, chickpeas, olives, pepperoncinis, and Parmesan cheese, $17. And that is at Maloney's, right?
Yes.
Any drink special they offer during the week is available all day today. It's a great deal at Maloney's. Get that Italian chopped salad. That's the new thing, man. I've been seeing all over my Instagram reels are the chopped salads.
Yeah, chopped salads are in.
I mean, Caesar, buffalo chicken Caesar.
Flex.
Nixon 7.
Yeah, our boy Rob sent a picture of it to me yesterday. That salad looks fire. It is very smashable. Go over to Maloney's and
He'll chop
give
it
a shot.
himself.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing grilled chicken Caesar pitas tonight.
Nice.
I'm excited for that.
Smash.
Hello, America. Hi. Hello.
Hi. All right.
Hello, America.
We got, let's start where we just were. One word, Spurs, Knicks, game 1 tonight.
Finals. It's finally here. It's the matchup that I think everybody truly wanted. Nobody wanted to see Oklahoma City. No offense to them. You get the best player in the world against the biggest city in the country that hasn't won a championship in 53 years. What more could you want as a sports fan?
My one word would be ratings. I am very excited Thursday morning to see what the ratings will. I guess it might be Thursday. It could be Thursday afternoon or Friday morning. But
15.9 are watching the NBA Western Conference Finals, so
got to think it's somewhere around there. I'm excited to see this because ratings galore. Wemby, Brunson, Knicks, Spurs, Finals.
It's got everything for the casual fan, too. And I speak for the casual fan. Like, if you are a casual sports fan, this is your NBA Finals. This isn't Celtics and Thunder, and it's for the dorks of the world. This is for everybody. This is for the casual sports fan. Best player, marquee team, dynasty versus, what New York has been for 53 years and not winning, knowing if they do win what it's going to be like massive underdogs in New York versus favorites. It's great. It's got everything, man. You couldn't have picked a better NBA Finals.
You mentioned earlier the cover of the new 2K game could be in the series, Brunson or Wemby. We've got covers for college football and Madden out. College football 27, how about it? It's Kejuan Lacey of Ole Miss, Malachi Toney, who we got to see for the Miami, Florida. Last year he was great. And Dante Moore, quarterback for Oregon. One word on those 3.
Why not Cinzetti for the picture on the front cover of that,
They do
right?
have a deluxe edition cover, which is Signetti in front with a bunch of players behind him. You have to spend, of course, $20 extra.
Because they have the deluxe version of Caleb Williams, where it's snowing and he's going to.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
And his nails are painted, so there'll be a bunch of people who won't buy the game because of that.
But I like I like fun is what I'll use. We're having fun again with these video games. The Caleb Williams one where he looks like Michael Jordan over the skyline of Chicago. It's an awesome photo. Screams jinx. I'm not going to tell you.
Screams
pressure and jinx all over
Could you
that
imagine if
thing.
his tongue was out?
That would have been awesome.
Oh my God. Take anybody but the Bears to win that division based on the photo and the Madden cover. And I like the fact that the college kids are back on the covers getting paid.
Me too.
Yeah, I think my one word would be awesome. I mean, simple as that. It's just lean into it, get creative. We get so much social, creative kids in college now that are getting out of school and getting a chance to show their skill set. And the cool thing about it is a lot of it's yet to be seen.
This has been yet to be seen as well. This is a crazy story. Former 8-year Major League Baseball player Jordan Adams has enrolled at SMU. He will join the football team. He was a 5-star wide receiver recruit in the class of 2018. He was ranked above Jamar Chase. And then he decided to skip college and go play Major League Baseball. One word.
Fine. That's the way it should work in college sports. If you went in another sport and went pro, you were always able to go back. And every once in a while, you'd have that Brandon Whedon type guy who was playing quarterback at Oklahoma State at 28 years old. They're like, oh, that's kind of cool. He went and tried minor league baseball, didn't work, and so now he's back into football. I don't have a problem with that at all. That's the way it was supposed to be for a lot of these guys, not what it is today. And him being 28 today, everybody's going to pile on and say, oh, this is what we're doing now in college sports. But this has been going on for a while, just few and far between.
My one word would be interesting. Former 5-star recruit, rated higher than Jamar Chase, going to have speed. Guess he just couldn't hit, but catching is a lot easier to do than hit a baseball with a baseball bat.
26 years old.
Yeah.
Still some time, I guess.
He could be a Kansas City Chiefs. They've got a lot of ties to SMU.
That was sad. Okay, wide receiver in the NFL. Got a major deal. Drake London, 4 years, $141 million, worth up to $150. 100 of it is guaranteed. One word.
Go! That was from Rashee Rice, who's in jail right now. We're seeing that contract.
Yeah, man. He's Ohio State, isn't he? No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. That's Olave.
Yeah.
I always get those two mixed up because they went in the draft together, and I was like, I'm going to watch these two.
These two guys, yep. He's USC.
Oh, yeah, USC. Okay. Yeah, I'd say just wide receiver. I know that's two words, but I mean, that's the way to get paid.
Yeah, going right.
It's like I hear all these guys that are former players, like, what are you teaching your young kids to play? Slot receiver? I'm like, yeah. No doubt. You know what I mean? Like,
not running back.
Do you think we'll see the Chiefs pay a wide receiver in the next 3 years?
Yes,
I hope so.
Is getting older.
Yeah, exactly. That would be my reason.
Is that guy around here right now, or do we not know who that wide receiver
right now
is? That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Like, is he in college right now? The guy that the Chiefs are going to give the big wide receiver contract to right now, where is he? Is he in Dallas playing for the Cowboys? Is he in jail in Dallas? Is he still in college? Is it Xavier Worthy?
No.
Who's the guy that they would give that money to? I'm with Dusty. I don't think that guy's here right now.
No, I hope he's in college. Could be on the cover of NCAA.
Could be Jeremiah Smith.
Whew, that would be awesome. How about this? Old Timers Home Run Derby. This is cool. Blast from the past. Chicago White Sox did this. An alumni home run derby Saturday, July 11th. Just a bunch of their goats coming out there for a little home run derby.
I would use goats.
Yeah. For White Sox fans, some guys they admired that were players. I want this, instead of one word, give me one player for the Royals you would want in an alumni home run derby. One player.
Steve Balboni.
Mine would be Bob Hamlin.
Okay.
I want to see the Hammer come back and see if he looks the same that he did in the early 90s as the Rookie of the Year. What was that, 93, 92?
94.
They had a Rookie of the Year in 94?
I think it was the strike year. I think it was. Yeah.
That guy looked like he sold insurance, but hit
That's
tanks.
what he's doing now, yeah.
Hammer time every time he came up to bat.
But I mean, the White Sox list, I mean, they're having Jose Canseco come to this thing. That's where we are right now. Jose Canseco is showing up on this one. But, I mean, wouldn't you like to see, like, Ken Harvey roll him out there, Keela Kaiahue? Matt Stairs would be a good one. Roll him out to hit some home runs.
KC Mavs in the finals, one word.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Go win a championship, man.
Go get the Kelly Cup, Mavs. Let's go, Mavs. Cowbell. We need more cowbell is what I would say. More cowbell. Good job, Mavs. Get in the final with an OT winner last night and go put on a show for the city that supports you like nobody's business. Speaking of people that support you like nobody's business, Maloney's, the Sand Trap and the Landing, brought to you, that's what is sponsored in one word. 3 great local spots. They've got delicious food, cold drinks, TVs, watching all your sports games. Game 1 of the finals tonight at 7:30. They've also got outdoor patio seating to enjoy the nice spring weather. And right now at Maloney's on a Wednesday, the Italian chopped salad, romaine lettuce, tossed Italian dressing, and topped with salami, cucumber, cherry tomatoes, red onions, chickpeas, Kalamata olives, pepperoncinis, and Parmesan cheese at $17. And any drink special at Maloney's they offer during the week is available all day today for that great deal at Maloney's. Coming up on the other side, we get into pick one for this year. You can pick one. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Debbie Hardy's is closed.
Well, that sucks. Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Spring is here, and as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circa Sports. From baseball to basketball, hockey to golf, Circa Sports has it all. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circa Sports has you covered. Download the Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
hear people say that one decision can change your life. For Ben, it was one radio ad and one phone call.
I'm Ben, a Centric graduate and a service desk manager advisory. If one radio ad and one phone call with Russ can change my life, imagine what it could do for you.
Centric got me the foundation I needed to be able to succeed in any and all IT fields.
The last 7 years to where I started to where I am now, it's one of the craziest wild rides that I've been on.
If you've been thinking about making a change, stop waiting. Your next chapter could start with one call. Visit Centric.com today.
When Kansas City storms roll through, hail and wind can damage your roof without you even realizing it. If your home was hit, call us at Century Roofing for a free inspection today. We handle every step with your insurance company, making the process stress-free and easy for you. For over 35 years and more than 35,000 roofs, we've been protecting Kansas City homes. Let us protect yours. Trust the Pillars of Strength with KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing, KC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the Pillars of Strength.
If your engine takes longer to start in the morning than you do,
don't worry. Just take it to Telly.
schedule your service at tellytire.com. You know that weird smell your AC makes when you turn it on? Ooh, you really shouldn't. Luckily, you can just take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
You've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Aren't you tired of just not feeling right? Look, it's easy to ignore some of those symptoms, those things that have been in the back of your brain. Am I feeling normal? All of those things can be sign of low T, whether it be low sex drive, low motivation, and everything else in between. And at Low T Center, it's the original TRT clinic. They want to help you get back to feeling the way you used to feel. 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, and maybe you have that issue as well, which means at Low T Center, you can book a free testosterone test to find out for yourself what next steps can be taken. Man, a lot of times we ignore these signs, and you shouldn't. You should continue to feel your best, and the expert providers at Low T Center can tailor all those TRT plans to you, and that's what's important, so that you can get back to feeling normal, so those workouts can be the same, so the energy, so the sex drive, all that stuff. Aren't you tired of just not feeling like yourself? Can feel normal again. So head to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone test today. That's fixmylowt.com.
Join us June 12th at the Peanut in the Northland for a USA Watch Party presented by Truly, the official seltzer of U.S. Soccer. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
169 highway southbound, heavy from about 29 down past Briarcliff. 29 southbound, pretty slow around Armour down to 16th Avenue with an accident reporting. Blue Springs 70 westbound, heavy around Adams Dairy with a wreck there. Alan Carr, 96 bound, The Fan. Traffic.
Back at it, 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. The rumors are swirling. The voices in his head are nonstop. The man I'm talking about is Aaron Donald. Tiny voices say unretire. Aaron Donald's coming back. I'm going to stand on that ground.
I'm going to go absolutely he's not coming back. His wife just released a statement.
I did see that. It did make me second guess my stance, but I'm sticking with Dusty.
Once the wife speaks, it's over. Y'all are hilarious. That's what she said.
Yeah. So, Erica, I believe her name is. Yeah.
Is it?
Said we're ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah, y'all are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm with her. I mean, the guy hasn't played in a couple of years. I was looking at his numbers yesterday. He has not had double-digit sacks since 2022, I think, and didn't even play the full amount of games 2 years prior to the year that he retired. So I'm Aaron Donald, man. I'm good. I'm good.
But this is the kind of Donald drama that we're about in today's world, with Aaron Donald, number 99, possibly thinking, debating, wife saying no. But you said, so you're going, I guess that kind of debunks the question. At what percent you're going to go 0?
Yeah, probably now with Aaron Donald. After the wife speaks, man, I know. You just, whatever she says, it's happy life, happy wife, you know?
And I think that kind of adds to the drama of why he would come back. Because then it's like, honey, listen to this, okay? I'm going to fully get guaranteed. We can set up to do this. We can do that. I mean, I know he's already set up for life. But again, you can take the man out of football. You can't take the football out of the man. And now that Myles Garrett's there, you got to think, yeah, he hasn't played in a couple of years, but how much easier does that make his job to come back too? We know we see videos all the time of him powerlifting. I would lose my absolute, you know what, if they mocked the Ole Miss photo of like Metcalf and Brown, and it was just Donald and Garrett in the gym, just both shirtless and jacked. Wouldn't mess with those guys.
No.
But I also want to know, like, what you think Aaron Donald's Madden rating would be if he came back into the NFL today.
It's been 2 years since he played.
I bet he's not sniffing anything less than a 92.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see. I have to see what he looks like. I'd have to see how quick he is. I'd have to see how powerful he still is in playing in the NFL. I think it's hard to come back after 2 years off. It's hard to come back after a year off. I mean, we see it all the time. I say all the time, the number of times that we saw it with running backs, right? Whether it be LaShawn McCoy, whether it be, what was his name? Not Breece Hall, but the guy who played for the Jets, Le'Veon Bell. And took the year off. We see what it does to guys. I mean, you get out of that mindset of, being in that killer instinct mindset and that football mindset, whatever that mindset is, for the last 2 years. Getting back into that mindset, I think, would be very difficult. And for me, I don't know that I would take my chances on Aaron Donald right now. I thought before I did the research I would, and then I started to look at what Aaron Donald did, how long he's been out of the game, and what his last couple of years were like. His last 2 years, I think he had 7 sacks in the second to last season.
5 sacks his second to last season, 8 sacks his last
season.
Yep.
So he hasn't had double-digit sacks since 2022, I believe, right?
21, yep.
21, he hasn't had double-digit sacks. Again, double-digit is a big number, but for a guy like Aaron Donald, who was consistently 10 or more sacks up until those final 2 years.
As a D tackle, which is insane.
Which is insane.
Which doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not really a fair standard, in my opinion.
But he was putting up those numbers beforehand, Mac.
Yeah, because we've never seen it before. He's the best of all time in his position.
Right, but he was doing that in the last 2 years. He dissipated a little bit, and that's okay. You get old. It happens.
He had 8 sacks in 16 games as a D tackle. He was first-team All-Pro, and he was tied for the best pass rush win rate as a defensive tackle in 2023. I mean, he was the best player at his position still when he left the game. That's all I'll say. Yes, did it drop off? Yes.
It did. And then you take 2 years on top of that.
Totally, I'm with you.
And I only thought he was out for a year, and I, honest to God, thought he had double-digit sacks every year that he played in the NFL. And then when I started to look at it a little bit more, I'm like, he's not as good as I thought he was in his last couple of years, just from a numbers standpoint. And then again, having those 2 years off, I think guys get comfortable after having a couple of years off. They don't want to go back to that, and hurting their bodies. And they either gain a lot of weight or lose a lot of weight. Is his body ready to go for football?
Well, that's the thing, that none of that's happened with him. I agree with you, but he has been posting workout videos for the past 2 years.
And he's powerlifting, like he's getting ready to start the season.
I can't remember which former player I saw that, but it was like, you don't power lift like that just for Instagram videos.
But some guys do, well, not for Instagram videos, but some guys do it
James
just
Harrison,
because
there's some guys who do it.
They want to work out and keep their,
Sure.
I mean, they put in all of that work. I can't imagine putting in all that work and just saying, you know what, I'm going to eat now.
Not eat now, but most guys, especially like Aaron Donald, not that he was ever fat, but
no, he never
he
was
could lose
fat.
50 pounds, and he hasn't. He is 280 and 90 pounds of solid muscle, bench pressing what looks to be 400 pounds.
Yeah,
so.
Fat versus muscle, I think, is different too. But look, if he wants to try it, I'm not going to stop him. After just like really
tell him no.
But after considering it and thinking about it, I'm just like, God, I don't know. 2 years is a long, long time to be out of that football mindset.
I would also add he'd be on one of the best defensive lines in football.
No question.
So he wouldn't be double and triple teamed. To answer your question, 90 is the lowest I think it would go in Madden.
Yeah. And then gun to your head that he comes back.
No.
Percentage-wise.
I'll go. The wife did break it. I was like 95, and then the wife brings me down to like 75, but I'm still 75, yes.
Yeah, I'm a hard zero on this one, man.
Because a lot of people in the text line are saying that, I guess Rob and Carrington were talking about Aaron Donald yesterday, saying that they could see him being like a late season addition.
That makes sense.
Now, that makes more sense. Like, October, November.
Because somebody in the text line says their bye week is week 11. So let's say that they're just triple teaming Myles Garrett, and he's like, all right, man, come in here and help me out. And then it's like, who are you going to pick? Which leads me to my next question. If you could bring Aaron Donald to the Chiefs, would you rather have Aaron Donald or Chris Jones?
Chris Jones. Chris Jones still
you're back
at this
on
point.
the Chris Jones camp.
Well, for a guy who hasn't played in 2 years, yeah, I am. I'm not a fool. I mean, I'll take Chris Jones every day of the week, who's been playing. Yeah, he didn't have a great year last year, and we had some things to say about him. But hey, look, it's a new year. You have an opportunity to get back at it and see what you can do. They've added defensive line help, so hopefully, Chris Jones picks it up after this season. Now, if it's late in the year and the Chiefs are right there in that 6-7 spot, and you need a defensive lineman maybe to kind of get you over the top, and he's hanging out there, maybe wants to play for the last couple of weeks of the season, that's a different conversation to have. I've just seen it too long where once you're away from the game, it's hard to go back. Every player will tell that to you. Once you've made that decision to retire, it is very, very difficult to reverse that course.
It's crazy to think he's been out for 2 years. If he came here and played on our defensive line, he'd be the best lineman on this defensive line. It wouldn't be close.
No, not Chris Jones.
I'm saying Aaron Donald would be the best defensive player on that line if he came back and played for the Chiefs this year.
All time or right now?
Right now, this season, not all time.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be better than Chris Jones right now.
I don't think he would be better than Chris Jones right now. Chris has been playing.
Yeah, Chris has been
and
playing.
Younger.
2 years is a long time. I think Aaron Donald would still be incredible. But no, Chris Jones, I still think he's the best. It's top 5 at his position, I'll say that.
He had a bad year, and I'm willing to say, your body of work has given me the opportunity to forgive and forget last year, just like we've done with everybody else on the Chiefs, right? We're forgiving and forgetting Reed and Mahomes and Deach and offensive line, whoever we're forgetting and forgiving from last year. I'm doing that with Chris Jones. Like, you get a clean slate now, man. Like, last year was a bad year for everybody. The more we've talked about Clemson, maybe there was other stuff going on with the Chiefs. It's like, we're done for this year,
Somebody says from the text line, the wife chiming in equals upping the offer.
That's a good point, too,
yeah. Yeah. We need a little more money. That's a great one.
Because who did Aaron Donald have on the line when he was getting triple teamed? No one? Because that's why he was getting triple teamed?
I
say no one, but that's probably being facetious.
At the end of his career, probably not as many, but yeah, I'd have to go back and look. Yeah. Right. Not what it is now. Poona Ford, Braden Fisk. I mean, they have dogs there.
Oh, yeah.
Myles Garrett.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of dogs, we got some couple of dogs at the station. They're called Cody and Gold. They're doing a garage sale Wednesday, June 10th. 100% of the proceeds go to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Auction items are available for viewing and bidding by going to 965thefan.com and clicking on the pass-through link. Coming up next, we get joined by KU pitching coach Brendan Scott here on 96.5 The Fan. Talk all things Jayhawks and Boomer Sooners going into the Super Regionals in Lawrence, Kansas on Saturday at 5 o'clock. That's next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are just the most wonderful human beings in the world because they make my life great. They make me happy, and I love seeing my house pop. And when I look at my yard, I think about 2 years ago where we had nothing but just weeds and dirt and awfulness in our front yard. And I fast forward to where we are now, and I see beautiful green grass. I even said, I can't wait till Aspen comes this week and cuts the yard. It is so green with all this rain that we had and all the hard work that Aspen put in. I can't wait to see a finished product a little bit later on this week. And the best part about Aspen is they're all college-educated professionals, so they understand the climate, the seeds, everything that it takes to grow the best lawns in Kansas City. They are on top of it. And when you see those iconic blue trucks around town, you know right behind that blue truck is the best lawn on the block. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. And don't forget to get that mosquito dome put up as well. It's June now. You want to keep the mosquitoes and the ticks and the fleas all out of your yard all summer long. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072 or schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by the Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th at the Overland Park Convention Center, North KC, 29 southbound with an accident before 16th Avenue. Heavy delays now back to the merge with I-35. The Kansas City Auto Show is back, taking over the Overland Park Convention Center. The latest cars and trucks, exclusive test drive. See the future of driving. Get your tickets now at kansascityautoshow.com. The Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Join 96.5 The Fan for a USA watch party at the Peanut in the Northland on Friday, June 12th as CDOT and Rob broadcasts live starting at 2 with kickoff at 8 o'clock. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Rolling right along here on 96.5 The Fan. As we get into our poll question, I want to bring this up again because it's been a while since we've done it. It's might surprise people.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Poll question on a Wednesday on the Fescoe and Dusty poll question on X. Pat McAfee is in contract negotiations with the four-letter network of ESPN, and we ask who is the face as of today of ESPN, Stephen A. Smith or Pat McAfee. It's not even close according to our 33 votes.
Wow, 33 votes.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, vote in this thing, right?
87.9% have said Pat McAfee. Stephen Toast, one response, says, at this moment, due to the NBA hype, it's Stephen A. Smith. Because we did ask them today, let football season roll around, but it is interesting how it seems McAfee has everybody's number, or his producers have everybody's number.
Or they have his number too, you know?
Oh, yeah, because Myles Garrett is the news of one day, and then 24 hours later, Aaron Donald is the news, and sure as you know what, Aaron Donald is on the McAfee show going, so you coming back? He's like, nah, man, not thinking about it, but I've thought about it in a,
I don't think you ever not think about it if you're a former athlete,
sure.
right?
I mean, Tom Brady, when he wanted to retire, got a call from LeBron James, and that's what persuaded him. That's the story, at least, that I remember reading, was that Tom Brady got a call from LeBron James. He's like, dude, I just saw you out there. You're not done.
Yeah.
He's like, you still have it. You can still do it. And he's like, all right. And then you look at those guys, very few and far between that last as long as Brady and LeBron have had, maybe the two longest of their sports that have lasted that long, especially at the positions they play. I mean, Brady, his arm held up, his body held up. I know he does a lot of special things, but yeah, it's interesting to see if McAfee gets that 5-year, $100 million contract, and then what that could do for somebody like Stephen A. Smith to be like, wait a second here. I've been here much longer than that. I've been doing this much longer than that. Now, McAfee obviously started much later than Stephen A. because there weren't the podcasts when Stephen A. was getting started. Right. So that's a kind of a big factor as to where the growth started.
Yep.
Plus, I think that if you look at like modern world, we're tired of being, I don't want to say muted, but we're tired of being, told that you can't say certain things anymore. And McAfee kind of takes that and throws it out. I will say his rebellion style of talking is interesting to me, because I would love nothing more than to slip I do it quite often, unfortunately, but I like how he kind of like, and I always give Carrington credit for this, because Carrington always does his show like you're sitting next to him at a bar stool having a conversation and a beer. McAfee's the same way. And that's not Stephen A's style. They're both completely different when it comes to that. Just kind of like Major League Baseball and college baseball are completely different games, but yet still the same game. And now we're joined by the KU pitching coach, Brandon Scott. Brandon, how are you on this wonderful Wednesday morning?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
Just
great,
ready to crank the hog, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Crank the hog, man. Crank it up.
That's right, baby. How's this run been for you, sir?
This is fantastic. This is everything that we've set out to do so far, and what a great experience for just the city of Lawrence, the University of Kansas, and our entire baseball team.
Are you guys able to do this at KU or at any university, quite honestly, with the way you flipped the roster over and had all these changes without this being the NIL era of sports? Because I look at this and I go, man, the NIL has been a big factor in helping KU baseball.
Obviously it's been a factor. I think if we sat down and really showed you our roster, you'd look at it probably a little bit different. We're not at the upper echelon when it comes to that NIL for baseball. We've got just a bunch of blue-collar, hard-working kids, to be quite honest with you, and we're able to take care of some of our guys, but we've got a lot of guys who are having success that aren't getting NIL, so definitely doable, but it's a factor for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And now, so when you are at KU and you're obviously kind of recruiting for the next constantly, it never stops. Do you look at Johnson County Community College and just welcome all of those guys over there who just won that championship in 40 in a row?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
We've had some of those guys on campus. We've had some of those guys that in the past have played for us. On the current team right now, we really don't. A couple of them have chosen to go to other places, but it's we 1,000% know what's going on at Johnson County, and Coach Horner and those guys have done a fantastic job, and it's no surprise. You can kind of see it coming. They've been building that thing for the last 2 or 3 years, and just couldn't punch it through in the championship. But man, that was what an impressive feat they've done. That's incredible.
Voice you hear right now is Brandon Scott, pitching coach at KU, as they're on their way to a super regional against Oklahoma, the old Big 8 rivalry. Mr. Scott, I want to bring this up to you because we're watching baseball change before our eyes because it's harder and harder to hit the ball. It's always been hard. But what have you seen in the college game with the uptick in miles per hour and the spin rate that's really kind of taken over the game?
Well, I think you're seeing a time now where just on both sides of the ball, these kids are so strong, so physical. And, I think part of it's what you just mentioned. So many of us have old players, junior college guys with experience or transfers from other places. And it makes the training a little bit easier, but you're just seeing a more physical product once they get on campus, and with that, obviously, then, we're able to coach them a little different and work on some things. I think the fastball velocity being up is awesome. I think you're also seeing the exit velos up just from pure strength. So it's a give-take relationship there on both sides. But, I know with us, we have tremendous velocity. I think I saw a ranking the other day. I think we're 9th in the country in average fastball velo. Nice. But we throw the second fewest fastballs in the country, So there's a lot of stats that go into that and how you have success on the mound. Great fastballs are awesome, but you got to throw them for strikes, right? So it's just kind of that what we talk about all the time. What's really important. But you're right. Everyone's throwing. Every arm we see is 95, and you're looking at that scouting report going, man, is there ever going to be a break? And it's just not. And we don't expect it once you get this late in the season, but it's definitely different than what it was 20 years ago.
What's the anticipation like now for Friday? I can't imagine waiting this whole week, what you guys are doing. You're probably trying to race the week to get there, to get these games started, because in baseball, when you're hot, you want to keep going. So what's this week like for you guys? And now there's no school, so everybody's just got time for baseball, too.
There's no school. It's crazy. So the guys, it's incredible, their ability to turn it on and turn it off. Yesterday, you would have thought it was just a normal practice week and we were going to play Cincinnati. There was really no difference in the way they approached the day. They're still hitting the golf course in the afternoon and going to the pool. They're just here to what's made us so good is they just love to be around each other and they love to play with each other. And it's just, you can sense that hasn't changed. I think for the coaches, obviously things have changed with the transfer portal opening up on
yesterday.
The 1st. I mean, you talk about a crazy day yesterday. We've got a young man on campus. We've got we got a kid on campus today, and you're trying to prepare for Oklahoma. So, it's not a lot of sleep going on for the coaching staff this week, but I think we take 3 more weeks of this if that's what we have to do.
Well, yeah, obviously it would be so much fun to go up to Omaha, But the transfer portal, you brought that up, and I saw that, and obviously we're now following KU baseball and college baseball closer because what you guys are doing, so people are starting to dip their toe into the water a little bit more. And I saw that the transfer portal opened when it did. It opens when it does for basketball and football. Why can't we wait till these seasons end before we open these transfer portals for all sports?
Well, I wish I had that kind of power because I would definitely make some changes to that window. It's funny. I remember hearing Coach Self talk about it with basketball, and then you think, oh, it's not going to affect us, and here we are now, and we're doing the same thing. So I'd like to see it move back. I know it creates some problems with the draft and some things, but it just creates a ton of a ton of chatter that's really not needed right now when you're trying to punch this thing through. But we'll handle it. We'll do fine, and you got to build a team, right? We don't. Yep. I think last week they were talking about the teams that were in Omaha, how they struggled last year to recruit in the portal. I think Coach Van Horn said it in his press conference how it affected them this year, and we've made it our goal that we hope to punch this thing through, but we will not allow that to be a negative on the recruiting side.
I'd like to know, without giving up too much information, there's a kid on Oklahoma's team from my neck of the woods of Lee Summit, Drew Dickerson. What's the strategy to get around that kid? He seems like he's got a stick in his hand every time he gets in the batter's box.
He is, and he's a good kid. He's one of those that we definitely had a chat with during the recruiting process. I'm literally, their entire team is kind of like him, just gritty, battle, able to run, able to play multiple positions. So we were 100% aware of him, and I hope he doesn't come up in a big spot this weekend because he is a really good baseball player.
So how do you balance getting guys ready for the draft, winning at the collegiate level? Because it seems like professional baseball and college baseball are so different. So how do you balance both of those?
Well, I think with getting ready for the draft is, I told the guys yesterday, a couple of the pitchers that are obviously in that in that world and going to get drafted. The greatest thing they can do right now is the longer we play, the more eyes that get on them and more exposure. So let's go, And Dominic Vagley, our number one, who will pitch on Saturday night, and he's one of those guys, one of the top 20 pitchers in the country. And we talked a second about where he's at in the draft and what this could do for him as far as pitching into Omaha. And these guys, they've made their money. That's kind of done. The reports are out. The reports are in. I think most organizations are having scouting meetings this weekend. Mm-hmm. So, they've done their work. They've done their job. There's not much more that Tyson LeBlanc can do for himself, in the draft, or Dominic Vagley or Brady Ballinger. We're just asking them to enjoy this. Cool. Coach Fitzgerald said yesterday that he goes, guys, the team that enjoys this next couple of weeks the most is the team that wins. He goes, I've just seen it over my 20 years as coaching. So We've really challenged them to just don't worry about any of that stuff right now. Let's just try to beat Oklahoma this week and just have fun doing it and enjoy this atmosphere.
Well, Coach Brandon Scott, I've only got one thing to say to you. It comes from the great Roger Dorn. Go strike these mother effers out. And crank the hog, baby.
It.
And win the whole effing thing, right?
Hey, we appreciate all the support. It's going to be great here this weekend. We're looking forward to all the fans get out and rock shock, baby.
There you go. Sir. Crank that hog, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time. That's Coach Brandon Scott, the pitching coach for KU. Coming up on the other side, legacies changing here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday morning starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, take a look at your house today, right? Do you see any peeling paint? Maybe it's on the outside after a winter, or maybe some of this rain that you've had over the last couple of days have destroyed the outside of your home, and it's now officially time to get the outside of your house painted. What about the inside? Maybe you woke up this morning and you go, enough, I'm tired of the color of these walls. I want something different in here. Or maybe you're looking around and you're like, man, there's scuff marks everywhere. We need to get our house painted. Well, if that's the questions that you have, the answer is simply CertaPro. CertaPro Painters. Those are the guys that you want painting your house because they do an unbelievable job and they're local. The folks over at CertaPro have over 70,000 five-star reviews. And when they get the job done right, it's going to be awesome and they're going to get it done at a great price as well. And you want your home to be your happy place. Those scuffs, those faded colors, peeling paint, all of that has to go, and it's time to get the CertaPro painters out to make your home look awesome. So schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts in America. And this Father's Day, you'll get a little something extra for dear old dad. Stop by Booth Creek Wagyu at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf and receive the ultimate Father's Day grill package when you spend over $299. That's a Booth Creek grill spatula, meat mitch, and Booth Creek seasonings, and even a pair of customized barbecue socks. All free with minimum purchase. Get Dad what he really wants. Available now at both Booth Creek Wagyu locations.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
You like saving money, right? We all do.
That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. Always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a diamond sourcing expert, I'll tell you just how differently we source our diamonds so your engagement ring can be the most beautiful. We work directly with our diamond partners who reserve the best stones just for us. We handpick and inspect each diamond, then negotiate the best price. At Shane Company, we believe this is the only way to properly buy a diamond, because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The Kansas City Auto Show is back, taking over the Overland Park Convention Center with more brands, more test drives, free parking, and all new family-friendly features. Get your tickets now at kcautoshow.com. The Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
This is Michael Waka from the Kansas City Royals, and you're listening to 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC, 29 southbound, heavy from Parvin down to 16th Avenue with an accident. 70 eastbound, still slows around 23rd, but it's lightened up considerably in through there. Kansas side, 635 southbound, still rolling from Shawnee Drive to I-35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Shout out to Brandon Scott there. A lot of people on the text line said, is that Jay Binkley's brother? This is Jay Binkley talking. Yeah, I'm glad we got him to give us a
It's
crank
fun.
the hog. Man.
Yeah. Glad they're buying into all of that, too, and having fun with it. Sometimes you win and you don't enjoy it. And that's what he said there at the end. Just enjoy and have fun. And I think that's great advice. And I've told you guys that for a while. We spend so much time getting into the minutia of sports at times that we forget to enjoy and really love what's going on. And he said right there, he said, what happens if you go out there and you play and you have fun, probably going to win those games. And it was one of the lessons that I got when I was going through journalism school. Smile when you talk. It sounds better. And when you play and you smile and you're having a good time, you just feel better. Have those positive thoughts. And I love that kind of coaching that, these guys over at KU are imploring with their students right now, because what else can you do at this point in time? Here's the scouting report. You guys have gotten this far. Go out and have fun and enjoy it. You're one of the, 16 best teams left now in all of college baseball. It's unique for the University of Kansas. The atmosphere that's going to be there over the weekend at the Hog, I mean, my goodness, it's going to be outstanding. So go out there and enjoy it and just have fun. And if you go out there and enjoy it and have fun, good things will happen.
Little inside of the show that we can tell you about is starting tomorrow, we're going to start our Sunday. We're going to start our summer series, which is we're going to have Sunday stories.
Sunday story sessions, I think, is what you said yesterday.
Yeah, summer story session. I said Sunday too. Summer story sessions
from the garage.
Yeah. Sunday is not the word. It is summer story sessions with guest number 1 being Eric Stonestreet. We are friends now, so it's okay, people. We don't have to worry about that whole thing. We are on good terms. He sat down with us yesterday, told us some really fun stories, just stuff that, kind of gets you through your summer. You don't want to hear the grind all the time of, why is this guy hitting 5th, or why is this guy not at OTAs, or why is this guy, this way and that way. And Stonestreet, it's really fun. It's going to make you laugh. I promise. It made me almost tear up in some of the things that he said from laughter. So get excited for those, as we'll have different people, actors, athletes, stories that we found on the internet that are just maybe Max never even heard of, or, Bob forgot about, or I didn't know about these stories either. So Summer Story Sessions begins tomorrow at 8:17 with guest number 1 being Eric Stonestreet. Talking all things Chiefs, Cam from Modern Family, what the show was originally called, how he got the role, and
who he modeled Cam after too. Yeah. I think is going to be something that people are going to
hear that.
Yeah, and I told my wife that last night. She says, "Who was it?" I go, "Tune in Thursday at 8:17, and you'll have the answer."
I bet that was a hard eye roll.
No, it's not. It's just an ignore. Yeah, she hits the ignore button because it's the way I am. Like I refuse.
Scam likely.
Yeah, I refuse to tell her where our neighbors went on vacation. Like it's, and they're back from vacation. But I said they're leaving for vacation. She says, "Where are they going?" I said, "I'm not telling you. If you want to know, go ask." Oh and so I've just been saying, I said, "Man, Fred and Diana have had a great time on their vacation. They did all this great stuff." I'm like, "Do you want to know where they went?"
Ridiculous.
So it's been like 3 weeks now since they left and came back. I still haven't told her where they went. So I'm not going to tell her who Cam was modeled after. She's going to have to listen at 8:17 tomorrow.
I just want to win, Jen. So tonight, game 1 of the NBA Finals at 7:30. We know that there's a storyline just absolutely on the front page of Victor Wembanyama, who, thanks to the help of the internet, is already the cover art of the next NBA 2K game.
Really? It leaked?
It did leak.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got a notification from the GOAT on X, and it just basically says NBA 2K27 unveils Victor Wembanyama as the standard edition cover athlete. So there you go. The game will launch on September 4th, which is crazy. Early access to NBA 2K27 begins August 28th, 1 week ahead of the global launch on September 4th. And then the season will start in another month.
Yeah.
And it'll be back. So, Jalen Brunson's the story.
He is for me, man. Yeah, he really is. Like, I was trying to think about this yesterday, and you combine the New York in, because that does matter, right? It does make a difference. Everything with the Knicks and New York City just takes on a different perspective. But I was thinking about what happens if the Knicks win. And I don't think any of us, quite honestly, and me included in this, I don't think any of us are prepared. I don't think anybody, not just the three of us or the folks listening, I don't think anybody is prepared if the Knicks win this thing. Like, they can be prepared as much as they want. I don't think anybody's going to be prepared for what we're going to see if and when the Knicks end up winning this thing. And if they do, and Jalen Brunson is that guy, which we think he's going to be, I really do think he's got the opportunity to create the greatest sports legacy of my lifetime. Who has the greatest sports legacy currently right now? obviously it's Tom Brady. I mean, this legacy that he's had, I think in my lifetime, I'm thinking of. I'm not counting like Wilt Chamberlain and Babe Ruth and guys like that. Think about your
MJ?
lifetime. Yeah, it could be MJ. Yeah. The 7 though. I mean, and it's
Tommy.
the NFL, and Tommy's not done yet.
But he lost. That's the only reason. The 6-0 just lives. That's the only reason.
Yeah, no, I
MJ.
understand that.
Yeah.
That's fine, and it's a good. I mean, obviously, Michael Jordan's
those two guys,
in that conversation, right? But I think what Jalen Brunson has to do, he has the opportunity to create the greatest sports legacy in my lifetime, and if he wins this thing, the Knicks win this thing, and he's the main focal point of this. I hate to say it, it sounds so ridiculous. He'll be the most beloved athlete in my lifetime in New York City,
over Jeter.
Yeah. Again, because not everybody's a Yankee fan in New York. Not everybody's a Met fan in New York. Not everybody's a Giant. Everybody is a Knick fan in New York City. Like, just watching the way that New York City's reacting, I know we talked a little bit about this yesterday, it's reminding me of a small market. Like, they are embracing the Knicks like they are San Antonio or Oklahoma City, or when we embrace the Royals and the Chiefs, the small market, everything revolves around that sports team and what's going on. That's happening in New York right now. Everything is revolving around the Knicks, and it wasn't like that for the Yankees or the Mets or the Giants or the Jets or anything of that nature. Everything right now in New York is revolving around the Knicks and the games and all the, the fun stuff where everybody bakes cookies with Knicks players on it or whatever it is. Like, Knicks mania has taken over New York City like I've never seen a sports team capture that city before. So I think if he wins, he creates that legacy tonight that will be the biggest legacy that I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, it'll be like 30 or 40 years. He'll be like walking in with a cane, and the whole crowd will stand up and stop what they're doing. Like it'll be like that sort of legacy. They'll show him on the camera. They'll show fans crying. People will be hugging. I mean, he will be royalty.
Yeah.
Legitimate royalty, more than any of those other NBA Knicks alum that still show up to the games, which, to your point, so small market.
Yep.
So small. Like this little culture that we have that stays together, and you find that in the Kansas City Chiefs, you find that in the Kansas City Royals, but to see that in the New York Knicks is so awesome. And Brunson would not only be enshrined into that, but would be elevated to a new level that we have not seen before.
Right.
It would be awesome.
And to see New York embrace it like that small market where everybody's focused on it. Like, because when we were in New York, Dusty's like, oh, the World Cup's here. Nobody even knows about it. And we were there for the Super Bowl. It was like, oh, the Super Bowl's here. People were asking, is there something big going on this week? Seems like there's a lot of extra people. Like, people didn't care about that. When we were there a month ago, the playoffs didn't even start yet, right? Maybe it was game 1 of the playoffs. And you could feel the people getting ready for the New York Knicks in this run. I can't imagine what today is like in New York City and how excited everybody is. But I love that small market feel. I think that's so cool when it comes to sports, when the entire town, no matter how big you are, embraces it and everybody is aware of what's going on. And everybody in that town has that same plan at 7:30 when that ball tips off tonight, right?
Yeah, Brunson, obviously second-round pick out of Villanova. A lot of people call him undersized, and then the small man gets really big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and
does he?
We always know that if you're going to build a legacy, it's when it matters most.
Yep.
And I always go back to Tiger and Brady and Mahomes and Jordan, and when it was a big moment, whether it was the finals or if it was game 6 against the Jazz, Jordan stepped up and made the shot. Or if it was Sunday and Tiger was down by 3 going into the first hole, he was tied. And whether that was presence, whether that was just pure dominance and athleticism, Mahomes in the fourth quarter, that first run of the Super Bowl, right? Texans up 24-0. And then all of a sudden the Titans are up by 10. And then you go to the Super Bowl and Jet Chip Wasp happens. And Brunson, and we kind of saw a little bit of this with Halliburton a couple years ago, where it was like, this guy just keeps hitting big shot after big shot. And you saw his legacy grow and grow and grow. Now it was stumped by the injury that he would unfortunately get in the next year in the playoffs. But those were the things, like where you're like Tyrese Halliburton, right? Like, not a household name at the time, but it was like he's hitting these shots that are making him a talking point, which then creates the name within the walls of the home. And Wembanyama doesn't need to do any of that. He's already made his name and presence felt with size, athleticism, and the future that he has at such a young age. Whereas like Jalen Brunson last year, literally last year, we were having a conversation, or I was having a conversation where we get the tunnel vision of superstar, right? Like they were like, well, the Knicks seem to be playing better when Brunson's not on the floor.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah,
it's like OG just kind of steps his game up because they know they don't have Jalen Brunson on the floor. Fast forward the clocks to a year later, and it's like, this might be the most stone cold fourth quarter point guard we've seen in maybe a decade. I don't know. I mean, Dwayne Wade was great, right? Kyrie had his moments in Cleveland as well. But I mean, like what you're seeing with Brunson, we wasn't drafted to change a franchise. And they gave him a supporting cast, a lot of familiar faces with Villanova as well, with Hart and guys like that. And I think what he's doing for New York is great. And I don't agree with the text where it says New York will win and the next day they'll be ready for Judge and the Yankees. They'll party for 10 days.
Yeah, This is going to be like, no.
Yeah, I mean,
have you heard of Clyde Frazier?
Yeah.
They still worship him.
Right. 53 years ago.
53 years.
We still talk about Willis Reed coming off the bench and hitting a shot from 53 years ago.
Brunson will be, yes.
And maybe if I threw in like a fourth storyline that I added to earlier, which we can get back to a little bit later on in the show today, is that the aura of the Garden and the finals. I get it. A lot of people in the Midwest don't care about New York. I understand that. I'm totally with you, right? I don't give a rip about the Yankees or the Jets or the Giants or let alone the Knicks, but I love sports and I love sports moments. And that's what this finals is. It is Wembanyama, the superstar, and it's the Garden and the Knicks and all of that carries that building. Because like I said, when I went there, we didn't see a game. But damn it, I felt New York eating a bagel breakfast sandwich and seeing the Empire State Building and the Madison Square Garden right here, and I was just there, and like I could take that moment and multiply it by 100, and it still would not magnify what Game 3 will be when the Spurs go. Now the Knicks got to steal one in San Antonio. I'll tell you that much.
But yeah, you go back 0-2, and it's going to have a little bit of a down, feel as it should. You're down 0-2, right? Which again, the worst lead in sports. But still, you're down 0-2. I think tonight you got to win. You got to go out there and win tonight.
Yep.
Now you were talking, about how great Brunson's been in the fourth quarter, right? Let's talk about that for a second. We got Game 3, fourth quarter series tied at 1. And you're in Madison Square Garden. Who's taking over in the fourth quarter? Who would you put your money on, Brunson or Victor Wembanyama? Who are you going to put your money on, Wemby or Brunson? I'm putting my money on Brunson.
In the Garden?
Yeah, in the Garden, yeah. And it's going to be a real test for Wemby, too, to see what happens in the fourth quarter. That's put some hair down there moments. It's fourth quarter in the Garden, and the fans are going to be against you. And you got Jalen Brunson, as Dusty said, has been a stone-cold killer in the fourth quarter during these postseasons. So that's an intriguing matchup. We obviously have to wait for Game 3 to see that kind of, drama unfold. But, hey, we're all here for that. That's why, again, this is a great NBA Finals for people like me who are not a diehard NBA fan, who doesn't open the blinds. But if you're a sports fan, this is it, man. Like, I don't give a rip about this league. Once the finals are over, I won't come back to this league and probably until April next year, right, when the playoffs start again. I don't give a rip about it. The NBA is not my thing. But, man, I love drama. I love sports. I love potential matchups that we're going to see. This, I'm wondering, are the fans that are like me with the NBA going to show up for this series? Because if you don't show up for this series, you're never going to show up, regardless of who I think the NBA rolls out there. Because this has everything the casual sports fan could possibly want. So I hope more people who aren't NBA fans like I am are excited about this, because this is actually a great NBA Finals, I think, for the casual guy like me.
So without answering with sarcasm or laughter, what does this do for Mr. and Miss Fescoe?
Nothing.
They won't even.
They'll be watching baseball or something, I'm sure.
So not going to reach out to that. I figured maybe Dad would
maybe catch a little bit of it. But, I mean, my dad right now, I'll be honest with you, I have not seen him this excited about the Giants in a decade. Every day. Hey, ask Matt this. Like, every day it's something about the Giants that he said to me. He's so, like, the whole city is excited about the Giants, too. You bring in a good coach, and people are excited about that. So I think what's going to happen, it's June, the Yankees, everybody, the June swoon for a lot of baseball teams happens. I think what happens is the Knicks carry you through midway through June, and then, you start to get excited about football. Because then training camp's, a hot minute away by the time the NBA Finals are done, and all the celebrating if the Knicks win this thing is over. Yeah.
Your fiance, not the biggest NBA fan, but enjoys it. Is she intrigued with this Finals?
No.
Okay.
I can't, basketball, it's tough for her. She'll like
all the brothers are in.
Oh, we're locked in. Yeah, Asher and I will probably get together tonight. And if not, we'll get together for every other game. Like, we kind of plan this. She'll. when Wembanyama's on the TV, her glances become more of stares. It's rather than just look up from a TikTok. It's like, wait, what? And like pauses the video for a second. Like it definitely gets more intrigued. But no, I think she'll probably be like, what's going on?
So am I wrong saying I think a lot of casuals are going to come to this then? It sounds like you got. It sounds like you got.
Why just use the two examples?
Shavana's not a good example.
No, and my parents aren't a good example either. They're 75.
But no, I think the casual sport. I mean,
I don't think my dad will watch.
You don't.
Okay.
I don't think
that's a good example.
Text line, are you watching?
It's a good example. There we go.
Text line is our perfect example of this. People on the text line always say they don't like the NBA. They like college basketball better. I want to know. Maybe I'm viewing this completely wrong because, you said something before the start of the show. The top 10 games of the playoffs ratings-wise, none involved the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
I was stunned to hear that.
Yeah, Wembanyama was in, 7 of them?
Yeah, but again,
it's crazy.
But he's going to be in the NBA Finals too. So you've been watching him through this. Aren't you carrying over into the NBA Finals now?
It's the Knicks,
because whoever wins, it's an amazing story.
Oh, yeah. This is
and that's why and I'm getting goosebumps talking about the NBA, which I never do. But this is a whoever wins this finals, man, it is a great story. It's either the beginning of Wemby dominating this league, or it's the Knicks. They have returned after 53 years, and let's have the S show in New York, So either way, the winner of this is just phenomenal as well. There's so much for the casual sports fan. What's the text line say?
Maybe we can do a double Fescoe and Dusty poll. As a casual fan, will you watch the NBA Finals? Because the text line is pouring in.
Yeah.
You bet your ass I'm going to watch.
Good.
I'm not a basketball fan. I'll watch a couple games of the finals. Not a fan. I'm still going to watch. I'll watch the fourth quarter just to bet.
And that's fair. That's fair. The fourth quarter is where it's all, look, we got a swim meet tonight. Melanie and I are going to be sitting there watching this thing on a phone for most of the night.
But you're still watching.
Yeah.
Somebody says from the 660, I'm not a basketball fan at all, but you guys have talked it up. I will watch part of it.
Fine.
Good.
Never sat down and watched a full game of NBA, but I will be watching this whole series. I haven't watched a second of playoff basketball this year. I'll probably throw a game or two on in the background. Somebody says, watching what? Question mark. And then I want to throw this out to you because this is kind of an interesting text that takes the NBA Finals and ties it to a little bit of a local atmosphere. From the 913, New York is like us back in 2014 and 15 with the Royals. Last year, you got a little bit of them excited about the Knicks, and then they ran it back and they have a shot at winning a championship.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of feeling is from where it was last year, making it to the finals last year, the Eastern Conference Finals, and getting that close. Yeah, it's like making it to the to the World Series and losing like the Royals did in 2014, and then coming and again to that texter's point, so hard to come back the next year after you fail and you go that far. It is so hard to come back and go even further. That's why what the Royals did in 14 and 15 and what the Chiefs have done as well, you give them so much credit. People don't understand how exhausted guys are when they play that deep into the season. And that's a great point. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Now they're back in the NBA Finals, and they took last year and they built. There's so many teams that have that success, and you never hear from them again.
True Green Thumb says, I haven't watched the finals in 20 years. I don't know if I'll tune in or not. You're watching.
Do it, True Green.
And if you watch, you have to give me all the golf balls that are in your backyard. Like I said, my dad's a big sports fan. I don't think he'll tune in.
Dang it.
He's just so baseball driven, and then when football starts, it's Chiefs all day.
And then look, that's normal though. You like what you like, right? You're a creature of habit. You've never really been an NBA fan. Why am I going to become one now?
And I don't want to speak for him. He might tune in. He might. And I don't watch hockey. But I was locked in last night, and I'll be locked in for games 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if they all go that way.
To your point, and I was the same way, Dusty, and it's a lot like the other textures. We're casual hockey fans at best. And when did we turn it on? Third period. Saw it was a good game. I watched the whole third period. I was locked in. It was badass.
That's what casual fans do, and it's okay to be that casual fan. I love that. I think that's fantastic. Well, something good's going on. Let me get over to the TV. Like the NFL has that. Look when ratings peak in the NFL. Oh my God! It peaked in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes ago of a tied game. Everybody ran to their TV.
Last one from the text line. I haven't watched the final since Cavs Warriors a decade ago, but I am locked in on this one.
Good. Yeah. See, it's got people. It's got the star player, the guy that everybody's like intrigued by, and it's got this Knicks team that hasn't won in 53 years that everybody knows if they do win, we're going to see a celebration like nobody's ever seen before.
Coming up on the other side, there's a really cool thing going on. It's a softball league, the KC Diamonds, June 3rd. The home opener is on June 17th. We'll be joined by one of the players, Allie Skaggs, on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, analytically the best morning radio show in Kansas City, as voted by people.
There's a lot of people talking out of their butt.
Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics are tired of you being in pain, and they're tired of you sitting on the sidelines watching the great stuff that happens in summertime go by because, well, your knees hurt and you can't stand up. Or maybe it's your elbow that hurts and you can't, go out and play pickleball or tennis or golf or anything like that. Or maybe you're looking at your hips and you're going, man, I just don't know what to do. I can't climb those stairs. Well, if you want to get rid of all of that pain, you can do all of that with my friends over at QC Kinetics, because that's what QC Kinetics patients are doing. They're not bracing for the next jolt of pain. It's gone. They've moved on, and they're back to living their lives. And you've heard me talk about the team over at QC Kinetics and how they get so many people game-changing regenerative treatments, and it's all done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery. The inflammation calms down and the pain backs off. And the folks at QC Kinetics are ready for you to get that free consultation. It's time to live life to the fullest, so see if you're a good candidate. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
Spring is here, and as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circa Sports. From baseball to basketball, hockey to golf, Circa Sports has it all. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circa Sports has you covered. Download the Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Community Blood Center is teaming up with the Kansas City Royals for our annual Royals Weeks. Now through June 14th, help keep our blood supply strong ahead of these critical summer months. Join us to donate blood and receive 2 tickets to a select Royals home game this season. With a single donation, you could be the reason up to 3 people get out of the hospital and into the stands this summer. Schedule your donation today at savealifenow.org or call 877-468-6844.
Hi, Toby Tobin along with Jason Gutenkoff from Lewisburg Ford, Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
So what is going on at Lewisburg Ford?
Hey, we've got an amazing promotion right now, Toby. We've got employee pricing for everyone. That means you don't have to negotiate price, and you can buy a brand new Ford just like a Ford employee can. It's a big benefit to them. Now it's a big benefit to everybody.
But now the dealers are all the same as you?
Every dealer's going to be the same price, so the only thing that makes a difference is the dealer who you're working with. And Lewisburg Ford is the best, okay? I'm touting how good we are.
Okay.
23 President's Award, the number 1 F-150 dealer in the Kansas City area 9 years in a row, and the biggest F-150 dealer for 5 years in the state of Kansas.
I know you are the best place to buy a Ford.
We're going to take better care of you than anybody.
Period. Yes.
Absolutely.
How long is this going on?
Well, we can come to you, and we're going to do this through the 7th of July. So if you want us to come to you, we can come to you, or we'd love to see you in Lewisburg.
What's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Or LewisburgFord.com.
Hey, it's Rex here with Rex Buys KC. I get it. Selling your house can sometimes feel overwhelming or scary, right? I've seen it too many times. A homeowner thought they had a deal, only to have the buyer back out at the last minute. That's not how we do business at Rex Buys KC. I'm local, I know Kansas City, and I make sure every deal actually closes like it's supposed to. No hidden fees, no showings, no last-minute surprises, just a fair cash offer and a process you can count on. We buy homes in any condition and judgment-free. So whether your house needs repairs or you just want a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make it happen. If you want certainty, transparency, and someone local who actually delivers, call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time. 816-330-6000 or rexbuykc.com.
The Kansas City Royals and Community Blood Center are teaming up for their annual Royals Weeks and Summer Blood Drive. Donate at any CBC location between now and June 14th, and you'll receive 2 redeemable ticket vouchers for a 2026 Royals home game while supplies last.
Brought to you by Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Visit ClimateControlKC.com. Climate Control has been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years and know how to get your cooling system ready to handle the scorching hot summer. Schedule your AC system tune-up for just $49. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
East side, 70 westbound, heavy from Van Brunt to 23rd. Belton, 49 northbound, very slow from Missouri 58, not quite to 163rd Street with an accident off to the right shoulder. They may have to block the right lane to clear that, though. Kansas side, 435 eastbound, slow rolling from Lamar over past Rowe with an accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Joining us now is Allie Skaggs from the KC Diamonds, the softball team here. And Allie, we appreciate the time from Arizona to Kansas City, from dry heat to humidity. Are you ready for all of that?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying. I'm already sweating more than I've sweat in the last year.
It's so tough. It's like I always tell people I love playing golf, and I'm like I play all the time in the summer here in Kansas City, and I'm always like, man, I'd love to live in Arizona. Like it's so hot there. I'm like, there's no humidity. It's just dry heat.
No, it's dry. It was 105 when I left home, so. Yep, that was fun.
And 105 when you left there, 90 when you got here, 100% humidity. Right? Which is worse? Your thoughts?
The humidity, for sure.
Yeah. So you played at Arizona. My daughter wants to go to the University of Arizona. Tell me why that's a great school. You know, we're going to go look at it in December. You know, they've seen Arizona State, but now it's like, let's go look at Arizona, Dad. I'm like, okay, what's great about it?
Oh, yeah, non-biased. Don't go to Arizona State. Okay. I will just tell you that right now. No, but the U of A is awesome. Just for the tradition, Tucson's a phenomenal college town. I loved playing ball at the U of A. The cool thing about it was in Tucson, there's not really a professional sports presence in that city. So for us, like, the softball community was so bought into us at the U of A. So we had a huge following. That was the best part, like, after the games, getting to see all the younger players coming to watch us. And it was so cool, and obviously the traditional side of things is the U of A is the standard, I would say. And so getting to play under Coach Candrea, who recruited me, that was the coolest thing. I played for him for my freshman year. And so just I love the U of A, everything about it, from all the support staff, all the coaches, all of my teammates and stuff. It was just I absolutely loved it. Like, I would recommend the U of A to anyone that wanted to go there.
Allie, I want to bring this up because I've always thought it was unfair for softball players. You know, growing up, it was like high school, it was college, and then maybe the Olympics, and then it was like, what's next? How cool is this, what you're doing with the KC Diamonds?
Oh, it's the best opportunity ever. I think it's what you just said. It's usually what I always tell people is there's too many good players that are ending their careers at 22. And I think for us, it's having the opportunity right now with the PSL growing. I know that they want to expand to 10 teams in the next couple of years. The AUSL has 6 teams right now. So to have even 13 professional teams right now in the U.S. is awesome. There's, like I said, there's too much talent out there for girls to not have a avenue to go down after they graduate. So it's the coolest thing ever. I still love ball. So I feel physically good. I feel mentally good. I still love the game. So to even have the opportunity to keep playing is a dream of mine.
Did you think you would have this opportunity when you started your college career? Obviously, with the league being new and you know, kind of came on the scene a little bit last year with all the work that Jeremy McDowell's done with this league. It's been kind of great to see this league grow. Did you have any expectation that this could be your thing when you were done playing in college?
Yeah, honestly, like, I will tell you, when I first started college, it was not my end vision. Like, I definitely kind of saw the U of A as being like the big thing. And so I honestly, even by my senior year, like, I didn't really know what the plan was, because there was really like only the AUSL that was a big pull, or the AU, I guess at that time it wasn't even the AUSL. And so for me, it was, I had already graduated, and then I got a call that they had an open spot. And so I was like, yep, I'm doing it. So I didn't even know that I was going to play professionally until I got that call. So, and now it's expanding. So yeah, it's great.
What would you be doing if it wasn't professional softball right now?
So I can't stay away from the game. I actually coach right now. So a lot of the youth stuff, I love coaching the younger age kids just for the development side of things, getting them prepared for the next level. So back in Arizona, I do a ton of lessons, group clinic type stuff. And then I also coach a 16U club softball team.
What do you tell those kids when they start to face talent that maybe they're not used to? Because I know I've gone to school with kids that they were the best kid in their high school. They were one of the best kids when they went to college, and they get to the professional level, and everybody's just as good as you. How do you teach that through the youth and to the future of that?
Yes, that is huge. I think it's sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, and I tell them that a lot, and that's why I like to give back and coach now, because I feel like I have that perspective now, having being able to play at the highest level, truly the highest level right now. And so for them, I'm huge on failure. You have to fail to get better. You have to fail to develop. And so for me, if you're playing in easy tournaments and you're beating every team by 20 runs, okay, sure, it feels good to win, but are you getting better? No, that's not what's going to challenge you. So most of my girls right now, the girls that I coach, they could be playing 14U, but we were like, nope, your guys are going to play 16s, and they definitely got exposed a little bit early on, but you'd be amazed at how quickly you kind of rise to the occasion. By the end of our season this year, our girls were 10 times better than they were when we first got together in the fall. So it's just if you're a competitive kid at all, you need to be playing against competition and practicing against competition. That's going to get you better, just because if you're failing against it, you will learn from it and you will get better. So it's just embracing that, because this game is truly a sport of failure. There's no other sport where you can do something 30% of the time and be elite. So it's a really hard thing, but at the same time, you have to embrace it. If you're competitive, you got to get a challenge just so that you can end up where you're going to want to go.
Well, I'm giving you a standing ovation. That's maybe one of the greatest answers I've ever heard from anybody, and I've been doing this for 30 years. I mean, that's
thank you.
But that's exactly what it needs to be. We can't continue to coddle kids and athletes and not let them fail, because if we don't let them fail, we're not setting them up for success. We're basically telling them, you can't do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was at my best in my playing years when I had coaches that were like, Allie, I don't care that you swing at the rise ball. I just need you to get your barrel there. I was like, all right, great, I'll do that. But it's any time that I've struggled, it's when you kind of get you get told that, no, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'd rather be told, no, go do it. Here's how you do it. Teach me how to do it so that I can get better at it. That's my biggest thing as a coach right now, is trying to teach these girls, okay, I can teach you how to make this play. I can teach you how to hit this pitch, but we have to get better at it. It's going to be hard, but we can do it. I'm never going to tell a kid that they can't do something.
I love that you're well acclimated with the stick and also the glove. What do you like more? Do you like having the leather? You like having the metal?
Oh gosh, if you would have asked 16-year-old Allie this question, it would have been the stick every single time. I love hitting. I'm a very stubborn hitter, and I like to think that I can hit everything. That doesn't always happen, but I swing the bat at pretty much everything. Just because it's fun for me. It's fun to try and be competitive and hit different hard pitches. But I also the gloves came around toward the end of my college career, and now I would honestly probably say that it's even now, which is kind of crazy for myself to even be saying that, to hear that. But I think for me, I could easily, one day I could just go hit for 2 hours, one day I could go field for 2 hours and be totally fine. So it really just depends on the day.
So what can fans expect, Allie, when they come out and watch the KC Diamonds?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun. Our team has been together for maybe 4 days now, and I can already tell you this group is going to be so fun to watch. The personalities are super entertaining. That's kind of the biggest thing. I think a lot of us we're just kids who love the game, who are just a little bit more grown up now, but we still play it with the same energy and passion that we did when we were younger. And so I think that's going to be the fun part. Jeremy and the staff on the Diamonds, they did a really good job picking players that are going to give back to the community. I think that's going to be the coolest part. We're here to play. We love ball. We want to perform well, but at the same time, we also understand that there is a bigger picture. We have to be able to do this for the next generation. And so but we have a really good group of girls that I think is fully on the same page with that.
Yeah, you put a lot of work in on the field, on the diamond, but one thing that you do very well is you are you're very big with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. What got you into that, and why that foundation?
Yeah, my uncle passed my junior year of college, and that was a big part, or sophomore year of college. And so that was a big thing with I've always been big on the mental health side of things, and that's why it is so important to me. You'll see me rocking my butterfly tattoo on my left elbow for him, and I've got a quote that he used to say on my glove, and I think that's the biggest thing for me right now is just understanding that that's not the final option. And there's always people that are going to be here to help you. So I think that's, if you need it, like, you can always reach out. There's always people that can be in your corner for this type of thing. So definitely all for my uncle and all for the people that have gone through that type of the mental health.
That's awesome, Allie. I appreciate the time, and I'm sure that Ben is finally tired of getting his ass kicked in athletics from you his whole life. So that's a good thing as well, right? Well, hey, go out there, hilarious. Keep doing great things for youth sports, keep doing things for women's sports, and keep doing stuff for suicide prevention. We appreciate the time. You're a rock star, and we appreciate the time you gave us.
No, thank you guys so much for having us. And go Diamonds. Let's see you guys out there this year.
No doubt. Yeah, we're excited about it. That's Allie Skaggs. She was awesome, man.
Thank you,
I mean, that was some stuff, man. Like when she's talking about failing and how it's important to fail because you can't grow unless you fail. Music to my ears, man. Music to my ears.
You'd love to see people changing the world and doing nice things for people out there.
She's great.
Coming up next, we'll with manager Matt Quatraro here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 want to help you. They want to help you make money, and they want to help you grow your business. And I know you're going, yeah, I'm in on that. What can we do? Well, the Sheet Metal Workers Number 2, their mission is to build strong partnerships between their members, business partners, customers, and community. And there's no cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. Listen to this. If you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. They'll help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times you need it the most, which gives you the power to bid every project out there that suits your business model, which in turn means more money for you. And there's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and your profit margins. And they'll provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry. Plus, they'll train your current employees as well. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Man, you got to stop ignoring the obvious signs your bodies are giving you. You're low sex drive, you're low energy. Yeah, it's probably just I'm tired from the weekend. No, all of these things can be a sign of low testosterone. 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone. I'm in my 40s now. You got to pay attention to your health. At Low T Center, it's the original TRT clinic, and they've been changing lives since 2009. So book a free testosterone test today and help get your energy, focus, and sex drive back. That's fixmylowt.com, fixmylowt.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell doesn't fudge on deliciousness. Our new black raspberry fudge ice cream in pints and half gallons combines black raspberry flavored ice cream with dark chocolate flavored chunks and a chocolate fudge swirl. The result is real. Taste the truth.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at select Walmart supercenters and select neighborhood markets.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This report is brought to you by CM Mose & Son, HVAC, Plumbing, and Electrical Services. CMMoseandSon.com.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at CM Mose & Son. Putting off fixing electrical problems in your home can be a real hazard. Visit CMMoseandSon.com to take care of your electrical problems today. CM Mose & Son. License 202058.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
East side, 70 westbound, heavy at Van Brunt. Stay slow over towards 18th Street with roadwork in the left lane. Kansas side, Olathe, 35 northbound, heavy past Shawnee Mission Parkway up towards 127th with an accident on the left shoulder. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
The 5th annual Cody and Gold Garage Sale is back Wednesday, June 10th, with all auction items benefiting the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Nine o'clock on a Wednesday, now joined by Royals manager Matt Quatraro. Matt, how are you on this Wednesday?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing all right. You're an hour ahead of us, so I guess it's only 8 o'clock in Cincy.
No, 10 o'clock.
Oh, is it
They're
10
hour
o'clock?
ahead of
Hour
us.
ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Time's hard, Matt. I tell you, math is
I'll
not
tell you
good
what,
here.
man. I'm horrible with the clock. Have you done the Skyline chili yet?
Please tell me no. Don't tell me you ate that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not. I think I've been coming here, 10 years, 12 years, whatever. That's not on my list of things to try.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. My friend went there one time, brought me back a can of that. And so in my life, when I was a child, Matt, you'll appreciate this. I'm sure you had stuff like this. My friends pranked me and I ate a can of Alpo dog food, right?
Oh, my.
That was better than that chili. And it was during a part of, it was the end, it was Christmas break, so all the kids were home last week of the year. And I said to them, look, we're not going out to dinner until we finish everything that's in this house till the end of the year. And the last thing was that can of chili. Boy, we were at a table in 20 minutes, man. I mean, that chili was, I couldn't give that to them. But you have to try Grater's ice cream. I hear they're black raspberry or something like that. Grater's ice cream may be the best ice cream in the world.
Okay. I went there last year, or last time we were here, but we're in a different place. We're not right near it, so I haven't seen it this year. I don't know my way around this city too well.
Talking with Royals manager Matt Quatraro here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals. Matt, last night, Noah Cameron, when could you tell last night that he was in a groove, in his element? And then on a flip side of it, did you think maybe at one point you'd let him go the distance?
Well, the efficiency is what really showed it early. I mean, he was getting ahead, and they were swinging early, and the contact was soft, for the most part. So that was, you think you see from the side, like, okay, he's got them kind of tangled up, and, there were some quick outs, and, I think he was at 50 pitches through 4 innings, something like that. So, yeah, it was on my mind. Obviously, for a while there, I was thinking no-hitter, thinking perfect game. I mean, that was the kind of thing that was on my mind early. The home run obviously changed that, but it did cross my mind, and then at the same time, 7th inning, he has not gone out for an 8th, so, that was the decision. We were set up with the guys at the back end that we felt good about, and clearly it didn't work out.
When it comes to Lucas Erceg, I just want to bring this up because it's been a rough go. I mean, it's no secret there, but can you take us through how maybe you evaluate when to stick with a guy in a certain role and when the time is to maybe make a change in that role?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know that. We know it's been tough. We've seen him be really good for us. We know he's really good. So, we're one of those things. You don't want to make the decision in the moment, but it's something we're gonna discuss. We're gonna get together today and talk through what the best way to help us win more games is. And nobody's more frustrated than Lucas. He wants to be part of winning games, and obviously we've seen him help us with that before. So it's a tough situation. But ultimately, that's our job as coaches, is to figure out how to win more games.
Can you put Daniel Lynch in those situations late in games? It seems like he's got it going on. That dude's been sick out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, is we have a bunch of guys that we feel really good about, and sometimes you got to, put them in situations. Again, that's my responsibility, is to figure out which spots are the best for which guys. And like anything else, sometimes guys are really good because of where they are performing, and other times there's opportunities to change things up.
With Estevez being out basically all season like he is, how much of it is guys thinking they're going to have a certain role and then having change? I know baseball players, and look, we're all weird in life, man. We like routine and all that kind of stuff. And when the Estevez thing happened, everybody kind of had to jumble what their role was going to be. How big of an impact does that have on a pitching staff?
I think our guys are really adaptable. I mean, I understand injuries are a part of this game, and I don't know if there's any team that goes through a season without guys having to step into different roles. I mean, we just got Strom back after missing a couple weeks, and you think about him and Esty both being out, those are guys that were really integral parts of what our plan was for the late innings, and Lynch has definitely been one of the guys that stepped up. Lang has thrown the ball exceptionally well as of late. So, same with Schreiber. I mean, Schreiber didn't get off to the greatest start, and he's been really, really good as of late. So guys adapt, and they compete. That's what ultimately, that's one of the things Will Smith used to say all the time, is we're the closer of our inning. So whenever you get the ball, that's your job, is to go out and close that inning out.
And speaking of kind of piggybacking on those guys in certain roles and evaluating, I've kind of noticed that, different guys are hitting all over the lineup. I think one night Jack was at fourth and Jensen's been leading off. When you see those guys hitting in new spots, what's it like to see them take on that different role with different situations that they're facing?
Well, we're excited about, the future for, especially talking about Jack and Carter. And, we're trying to, as we've been trying to figure out a way for our offense to function more as the collective nine, and which way does that work best, and we were very consistent early in the year with Mikey and Bobby and Vinny and Salvi at the top, and just trying to figure out guys that have different skill sets to put them in different spots that might optimize the total nine. And we're starting to see some of that, right? With the, 2 nights ago, Carter's leading off. We get the bases loaded in the first, and then, Massey's been doing a good job down at the bottom. And so, there's been positive signs and guys taking more quality at bats even last night. I mean, I thought the quality of at bat against Abbott was good. We just didn't get the big hit to break it open. But yeah, there are things, and it's fun to see guys evolve.
Yeah, one thing I've kind of noticed in this series alone, I know it's a small sample size with the Cincinnati Reds and J.O.B. Burns, who's, everybody knows he's kind of a stud. Seems like the hitters aren't really pressed or stressed. It seems like timely hitting's kind of coming back around. I know you're kind of in a hole with the record, what it is, but a lot of time. But it looks like these guys seem a little bit more comfortable, at least so far in the Cincinnati series.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and again, it's hard to point to the little victories when at the end of the night you lose the game, but look at the at-bat Massey had last night, against Abbott with the single up the middle. It was a 9 or 10 pitch at-bat against a lefty. He doesn't often play against lefties. Jack got the ball in play. We got a fortunate hop, off the pitcher, gets the first RBI off a lefty. So there were things like that, moving the ball. We're not always looking for the ball in the gap. I mean, it's obviously helpful when that happens, but these guys get pitched tough, and moving the ball, keeping a quality at bat going. Those are the things that give us hope.
And then probably the toughest question I have to ask you, and I'm sorry I have to ask you this, Knicks or Spurs?
Say that again?
Knicks or Spurs? You got to be pulling for the Knicks, right?
Spurs. Sorry. I'll tell you what, I didn't watch any of the Knicks games, I mean, I saw the scores, but when I watched that Game 7 with the Spurs, that was unbelievable performance. The shooting, the defense, the rhythm they're in, and I don't know how you combat Wemby. That guy that's a different animal right there.
Could you imagine if he was a pitcher in Major League Baseball?
Where his release point would be like worse than Randy Johnson's ever was.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, I mean, that one dunk he took off from, 16 feet or whatever and basically dropped it through the rim. That's otherworldly. I don't, and you notice the Thunder, they changed their whole game plan. I mean, it's hard to really even get near the paint when he's in there.
No kidding.
Nixon 6, Q. Nixon 6.
Okay.
All right, we'll go win that series day in Cincinnati, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday, Q. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. That is Royals manager Matt Quatraro. We'll get back into said NBA playoffs on the other side. Mac is champion at the bit.
Chomping.
Champion?
Yeah, Mr. Sega could tell us.
Leather jacket? I don't know. Who knows? Nixon 6 Full Metal Jacket. 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20.
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
On your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, here we go, folks. It is time to make the outside of your home look awesome. It's time to make the inside of your home look awesome as well. And if you're thinking about painting your house and you've been considering maybe a new paint job, stop considering it right now and just do it, because now is the time to complete that painting project that you've been putting off. And at CertaPro Painters, they provide a free estimate quickly and at the right price. The best thing about working with CertaPro Painters is that each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated by folks right here in Kansas City. So you're always dealing with somebody local. That's why you get great service. They're going to provide you that free estimate, like I said, in a timely fashion, and then they're going to get the job done right. They're going to give you reliable updates. They're going to communicate throughout the entire process, because they know at CertaPro Painters how important your home is to you. And with 70,000 five-star reviews, you know you're partnering with the best when you choose CertaPro Painters. So book that appointment now and get that free estimate on the books at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. You know me. I love doing golf things. I love talking golf, playing golf, and I love having Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course, and you can do it too this season. It's light, real vodka, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So this spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade, and oh yeah, blackberry iced tea and lemonade, because there's no bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairways, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
High energy bills? Can't get cool enough? Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter. Smart homeowners know an old air conditioner can cost you more every month. Don't let it drain your wallet. Upgrade to efficient, reliable comfort with payment options that fit your budget. Put your trust in over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 five-star reviews. Visit callhamilton.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
The Kansas City Auto Show is back, taking over the Overland Park Convention Center with more brands, more test drives, free parking, and all new family-friendly features. Get your tickets now at kcautoshow.com. The Kansas City Auto Show, June 4th through 7th.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Mark Solinger, producer and one of the hosts of the Moth Podcast. For nearly 2 decades, The Moth has brought live storytelling to stages around the world and to millions of listeners. These are real people telling true stories from their lives. Stories about a lost family recipe, about working to free a wrongfully convicted man, about realizing you need to leave your May-December romance. Stories that will move you, surprise you, make you laugh. Stories you can't forget. Join us. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Expect mostly sunny skies today with a high temperature reaching 84.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
That's right. It is Wednesday. It is Hump Day, baby. Tell you that much. I just retweeted a video from old school basketball when the Knicks, the 8 seed that broke the NBA, and Van Gundy's big Ern McCracken hairstyle is all wild.
He was great. Is it the one where he's hanging onto Alonzo Mourning's leg? You know?
Oh, yeah. His hair's all like he's just bold 10 frames with Roy Munson.
Those were the halcyon days of the NBA, my friends.
I mean, when Charles Oakley is keeping you from going out there and fighting someone, you know that you
Jeff Van Gundy didn't mess around. He'd fight anybody, anywhere, at any time.
Good
you know,
for him.
What's he doing now? Because he's not on the television set anymore, right?
No, he's assistant coach with the Clippers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He might get a job with Portland and that new crazy owner.
Oh, that new crazy owner's team is in the Stanley Cup Finals and blew a 2-0 lead last night.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, that crazy owner out there. He did turn that team around. You know, when he bought them 8 years ago, I think they've been to now 2 Stanley Cup Finals since. But the way that he does his operation and fires everybody like that is absolutely insanity. But
you got 2 poll questions today. One is with the contract negotiations that are currently going on, we believe, for Pat McAfee at ESPN, who is the current face of ESPN right now? Is it McAfee or is it Stephen A. Smith? And 42 of you have said 85% Pat McAfee is the face. And then somebody put, does ESPN have a face? Who cares?
You cared enough to make the comment, you know? Like, if you didn't care, you would have just moved on.
And this is where I get really intrigued because within 40 minutes, 21 people have voted. We asked, as a casual NBA fan, are you going to watch the finals? And 52.4 said yes.
Wow, that's small.
Good.
Okay.
And now it's early. We can come back and check that tomorrow morning when we watch it. Everyone will be like, did you watch that game last night?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Are we going to have that, Mac? Are we going to have every game? Because storyline. West is better than the East. Knicks whipped everyone's ass in point differential, and this one went 7. Rested, not rested. Wemby, Brunson, are we going to get a series here, Mac?
I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think we'll get 6 or 7 games, and I think there'll be good contests. I think last series, the Western Conference Finals, Game 1 was one of the most legendary games we've ever seen, and that's not hyperbolic. It was such a great Game 1. The rest of the series was hard to live up to. It had good quarters. It had good moments. It didn't really have great games. Game 7 was a really good game, but other than that, games 2 through 6 were, it was fine. And I think this series, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think we're going to get great matchups. I think the energy from the Garden alone is going to add a lot to the series, and
there's not many buildings that can add to a game. Allen does. Yeah. Cameron does. The Garden does.
Both Gardens, I would say.
Yeah,
do.
both Gardens do. Absolutely. Lambeau, Wrigley, Fenway, Arrowhead. For now.
Yeah, exactly. yes, exactly. As long as we have it. So, no, this is going to be a fantastic series. Basketball-wise.
I hope it is. There's no guarantees that we're going to get good games, though. That's the thing.
Good games, no. But if you've got... If
it goes 7, you got good games, right?
You're going to have at least 1 or 2. Yeah. There might be some games that are 15-point games. That's going to happen in a series. But, no, this is a great matchup.
Yeah, and
it's a
I
great
love,
basketball matchup.
And I love the fact that the Knicks are such an underdog in this one. Such an underdog. Like, you don't really hear many people going after after the Knicks to win this thing. It's like everybody's seemingly picking San Antonio from an expert perspective anyway, and all that, and the perception perspective of that the West is better, right? The West is always better. I was listening to something yesterday, and Eamon Shumpert was on there. I-Man Shumpert, right? And he said something, and it sounded ridiculous, but I understand. He goes, my mind is telling me the Spurs in 6. My head is telling me the Knicks in 7, right? And so when I see that, I'm like, that's a former player saying that the talent on San Antonio is better than New York. But he went into the heart. And the heart on the Knicks right now, and the way that they've been playing and beating up opponents, they're playing like a possessed team. And we've seen possessed teams enter the playoffs like a buzzsaw, like this Vegas Golden Knights thing that's going on right now. There's no way they should be up 1. They shouldn't even be in the Stanley Cup Finals, let alone up 1-0 after being down 2-0 in the first 8 minutes yesterday. Teams are 0-55 in those type of games, and they found a way to win. And so in this analytical world that we live in sports, there's never been a number that you can put on heart. And that's where Shumpert was talking about. The Knicks have that. Yeah, exactly, Josh. Right? But you can't, there's no number that you can put on heart, and nobody can quantify that. And that's why nobody wants to factor it in. Knicks are going to win this series, and they're going to win it because that heart will carry them over the top. And that's ultimately is what's going to happen. That's the deciding factor in this. It comes down to the people. And I think the Knicks have that heart and have that desire, and they just feel like that team of destiny right now.
Now, I'm going to get a little nerdy here, unfortunately. Tell me why I'm excited about OG versus Wemby.
Because you're going to watch a 6'8" guy try and stop a 7'5" guy, and somehow he does it. Now, when I say stop, suppress is a better way to say it. But he is able to get in his way, and because he's so strong, it's like defying physics. So it's going to be really fun to see, okay, Wembanyama, all right, last time they wouldn't let you go into the paint. This series, you're going to have a guy who's going to be able to guard you on the perimeter. Now your job is to, okay, can you find that crease inside? Because last time it was like, all right, Wemby, take jump shots, beat us. He said, all right, hold my beer, I will.
Right.
The Knicks, I think, we'll see tonight with OG Anunoby hounding him and being faster and being quick and being a smaller guard-like, forward-like body. He'll be able to stay with him on the three-point line. He'll be able to guard him wherever he wants. Wembanyama's job is, all right, let me get my back to the basket. Let me get 12 feet there, and then now what?
You got to push Wemby out, but he can still hit the outside shot, though, too. So it's like, it's a big man. They always want to push him out of the paint, push him out of the paint. This
like,
guy
fine.
can shoot, and Bill Self's been letting this big guy shoot for 15 years at KU because he knew this is kind of where the game was trended, and now all the big guys can go out there and pop one from just about anywhere on the floor. And you know, we saw Wemby from the logo. My God, I mean, there's not a better, like, if you're the NBA, you're sitting back and you're going, we could not have scripted a better finals matchup. They really couldn't have. I don't even think the Lakers being in it would be that good, you know? If it was the Lakers in it, and LeBron, it was, oh God, same team over and over again. You got potentially the best young player for the next 20 years versus the team that hasn't won in 53. Like, you could not have scripted a better NBA finals if you were the league and tried, right? And tell me I'm wrong on that.
No, 100%. It's got like you said, it's the new face of the league, something that we've never seen before with the biggest market in all of sports right there, and a team that we still root for. Like, we never root for the big markets, but like this is an underdog team, a team that hasn't done it, a likable superstar in Jalen Brunson, at least for now. Obviously, if they win, things will turn.
We won't like Wemby or Brunson. Whoever wins this thing will be tired.
That's what's going to happen. And I'll say tonight, it's imperative that the Knicks win, in my opinion. The Spurs, I'm comparing to some sort of like AI model or those like scary computer movies where each piece of information, each day that lapses, they get smarter, they get stronger, they learn more, and they come back knowing the mistakes they made and they don't make them again.
Do the Spurs have the greatest X factor maybe we've ever seen in American professional sports playoff history? And what I mean by that is Greg Popovich.
Ah, yeah, okay. Because
they have
the secret weapon.
They have essentially a head coach coaching the head coach, and not just a head coach coaching a head coach. One of the greatest head coaches in the history of basketball is coaching this head coach right now. So they've got his eyes that they can fall back on and rely on as well. They've got a two-headed monster at that head coaching position. That's something unlike we've ever seen before. No, when KU would do their runs, Larry Brown would hang around and be part of all that, and that was always great to see Larry there because he would have those eyes. I think Larry's the greatest basketball coach in the history of the game. He's won at every level. NBA, college, Olympic gold, high school championship. Like, the guy has won at every single level he's been at. I value him as the greatest of all time when it comes to coaches. But when we're looking at the NBA right now, if you're the Spurs and you know you have that ace in the hole with Greg Popovich right there, that is a huge advantage to have.
Mitchell Robinson questionable for game one.
I was going to ask you guys about that.
As Brian Wonderhorse says, that it wasn't his pinky, it was his fifth metacarpal.
Right.
It's a broken hand. When you break this part of your hand, it's known as a boxer's fracture. We all know that. Somebody that's listening right now, if not many, have gotten hammered, punched a wall.
Yeah.
That's what you've broken.
You think that's what he did? A lot of people are wondering
I
who
don't
did he
know,
punch?
but that's normally where you get the boxer's fracture is you get mad, boom, hit a wall. It's like, I think Chris Sale has done it. Shocker.
He definitely did. Yeah.
And a lot of people do this. So let me throw some stuff here, right? Since we're spitballing on this NBA Finals. I think this NBA Finals is interesting because it gives me a lot of similarities when the Chiefs and the Niners played. There was the new face being born in the NFL and Patrick Mahomes, and nobody really, Chiefs hadn't done anything, right? They hadn't won a Super Bowl since 1969.
Mm-hmm.
And
50 years,
you know, you look at the Niners, they weren't like the worst team to like root for, but it wasn't New England. It wasn't, Dallas. It wasn't Philadelphia. And it was Jimmy Garoppolo. And it was all these like other guys around it to where it was like, this is an interesting Super Bowl. This is a really good team in the NFC that has some young superstars that I could be, kind of behind. This was Brady's heir apparent, right? He was supposed to take over New England, and then Bill and Tom and Bob Kraft got into this weird triangle discussion of like, well, if he's it, then I'm out. Well, Tom Brady's the GOAT. I don't want him out. And then you have the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, who at the time were loved and fun and exciting and explosive. And I just see a lot of cross-sport similarities here. Now,
there are, yeah.
I know it's a hard court sport versus the gridiron, but like that's where we're at because, Mac, what happened when the Chiefs started getting good? The same thing that you said is going to happen with the Spurs. They will be hated in 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing happened with Golden State Warriors. We love Steph Curry. And then in 3 years...
Hate everybody else, though.
And then in 3 years, it was like, Draymond sucks.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson's a boob. They got Kevin Durant. And I just hate that Steph Curry has to chew on his mouthpiece at the free throw line. That's where we got
literally,
to, right?
Yes.
And then we got to the point where we were calling Patrick Mahomes a dad bod, and everybody was like, oh, the Chiefs get all the calls. And right now, I think both of these teams are fresh when it comes from a standpoint of, if you don't like the Knicks, it's probably because you just hate New York. I mean, in all
like
reality,
if you're a Boston fan.
Or you just don't like New York. That's the Midwest in a nutshell. And when it comes to San Antonio, yeah, they've had history in the past, but this ain't your daddy's San Antonio Spurs, right? It's a new coach. It's a new superstar. A lot of similarities, but I think that's what intrigues me the most is that I don't have a bias towards either one of these teams. I have a bias towards I want this to go 7.
Yeah. I do too. I definitely want it to go 7. I have a bias. I want the Knicks to win this thing.
I mean,
but I think everybody would want to see that. Obviously, for them, it's really interesting for me. It's like two places I lived. Yeah, I grew up in my life in outside of New York. My first job was San Antonio. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool that they're in the NBA Finals for the first time since I moved down to San Antonio in 1999. I moved down there. They were having the parade down the Riverwalk, right? I think I got there the day after or something like that, right? And so I've been around these two organizations and franchises, and it's just for me, it's very compelling. It's awesome to see that we're at this spot, and it's really cool to see a couple of teams that haven't been there before, right? Because as a casual sports fan, Oklahoma City in this thing again, like if it was a rematch from last year, it's not that interesting. It really isn't. And I understand why, as I look at it now from a different perspective, like when people were complaining about the Chiefs being there, I was like, no, we want to keep the Chiefs there as long as we possibly can, right? Keep the Chiefs. But now I understand from a perspective of being that casual fan, you like the changeover like we're seeing in the NBA. The last 4 finals have had 8 different teams. There's been no repeats. That's really good for parity in that league.
Great parity. And it's fantastic. And now all that parity has led up to, it's like this rising action. Now we're finally at the climax of like, all right, enough of that. We've got now the future. We've got a team. It was 2 teams in the Western Conference Finals that could own this league. And you can say you hate it. You can say, but you hate watch for a reason because you want to see, okay, are they going to keep doing it? Is this the time that they're going to lose? In the NBA now we'll have that team and have that player in Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. I will say the similarity for the Knicks, again, I'll point to the imperative, how imperative it is that they win tonight, because if you look at Game 1, what was the one game against the Cavs that was close? It was Game 1.
Game 1.
The Knicks played one great quarter, one of the best quarters we'll see ever. Legitimately came back 22 points in the fourth quarter. Those first 3 quarters, they were bad, they were slow, they were lethargic, they were rusty. They can't do that tonight. They will lose the game by 20-plus points if they do that tonight. They have to come out fresh and rested and not rusty, because Wembanyama, and again, they will get stronger, they will get smarter. This is your one time where you actually have the edge. You've watched them for the last 2 weeks. You know everything. You know who's hurt. You know who's not. You've watched them, how they play. You've watched how they've labored. You know what Wemby when he struggled and what Oklahoma City did. You know what Oklahoma City did when he did well. This is your one time where you actually kind of have the edge. Forget it's in San Antonio. You have the strategic and coaching strategic edge here. You've got to take it.
How much does the Mitchell Robinson injury impact this series?
He's going to play tonight. He's the one guy to me, like, great, you have a broken hand. You don't dribble, you don't shoot. He doesn't dribble, he doesn't shoot.
He's just,
great.
Hey, you're going to go see that guy that wears number 1?
Yes.
You're going to guard
Are they
that
going to
guy.
force him to shoot, though? I mean, we may get into that situation where if he's out there tonight, defensively, you force him to shoot, right?
I mean, I can tell you this much. If it gets into a foul war, he better be off the floor.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, then that's the other thing, too. Yeah, because he's not going to be able to go to the line. So,
that's true.
Like if he has the ball, why wouldn't you just back off him and surround everybody else and go for it, man. Shoot, I dare you.
Mm-hmm. Try it, yeah.
Lines out
tonight. He drains them.
Spurs favored by 4.5. The over-under is 218.5. Not your daddy's NBA anymore. Player props, we can get into those as well, as over-unders aren't out, but it looks like for plus money, I guess it'd probably be, I think Wembanyama's over-unders probably 27.5. Jalen Brunson's, I think I'd probably put at 25 or more, it's minus 123. So what do you think? His over-under's probably 25.5, 26.5?
Yep.
Do you think the Stars show up in Game 1? Because I've seen Wemby's numbers throughout the Western Conference.
Are you talking about
Finals.
fans or players?
Players. I mean, I think the Knicks fans will be in San Antonio. As B-Dub told us on our text, he said, the Knicks fans go in other arenas and show up.
Yeah,
right? They're present.
Yeah.
But, I want to say that I want to put money on Wemby and Brunson showing up in Game 1. But Wemby's numbers throughout the Western Conference Finals have fell short of the betting line, right? I think what we had always said is, or what we'd always seen was it was 23.5 and 13.5 rebounds. He wasn't sniffing 13 rebounds. Now, one game he had 17, and that might have skewed it. But the last line that I saw for over-unders with Wembanyama was in the Western Conference Finals. It was 24.5 and it was 12.5. Are we going to see that, or is this going to be more of whose role players step up? Or do you just go out there and say, hey, because I don't know if you can do that with Wemby.
Does it come down to coaching in this series, though, too?
Of course.
I mean, we never say that in the NBA. But this is this is the finals now. This isn't, your normal average February NBA game. This is the finals.
And I think the coaching has mattered more than in past years, which I love. This team doesn't make the finals with Tom Thibodeau. They just don't.
Why do you say that?
Because this team didn't play like they did last year. He changed Karl Anthony Towns. Mike Brown.
Karl Anthony Towns, you want to talk about a guy last year who's being ridiculed as one of the worst athletes in New York City history, is now being talked about as, that's where the narrative has gone with Karl Anthony. They hated him last year.
He's put him in the Draymond Green role. So he's passing a lot. He's got the ball at the top of the key. He's got the ball in his hands. He's not shooting as much, but he's become a facilitator, and he's been really good at it. He's always been an underrated passer. So, yeah, it will come down to coaching. But, yeah, I think the stars show up tonight. Wembanyama, as you said, kind of been a roller coaster when they played well. He played well 4 times. He played well more than 4 times, but had great games 4 times in that series. They won those 4 games. So I think the Spurs I would go role players tonight if you're betting on the Spurs because they're at home.
Yeah, so what it's going to come down to, though, we've got to watch those stars, though.
I love it. I know it is.
Our stars going to be stars, as Dusty said. Whichever team's stars show up, it doesn't matter about the role players. It doesn't matter about the coaching. If Wemby shows up and Brunson shows up and they're both 0 for 12, you got problems, right? You got to find out which stars are going to show up, which stars are going to shine brightest, right, for lack of a better term. And that's where it's going to be won. Victor Wembanyama versus Brunson. For me, that's where it's at. Wemby versus Brunson. And whoever plays the best, that's whose team is going to win this thing. It's pretty damn simple.
Which is so funny, and the irony is that Brunson's always been the undersized guy, and Wembanyama's just the giant. So it's almost like David and Goliath when it comes to those two guys.
Hell yes.
And that's where it takes me into my 3 storylines of this series. I think number 1 is Wemby. Can you go beat him? I don't know if there's any pressure. I mean, I'm sure there is, but I don't know how, massive the pressure is. But the young ones that live on and have the legacies, they get it done quickly.
They do, and you're so right about that. Like, that's a brilliant take. We know these guys are GOATs because they're doing it at 22.
And I know people will say, well, what about Giannis? That franchise sucks, dude. Like, Milwaukee, I don't know what they've done with him and what they've tried to. I mean,
have they ever surrounded him with anybody?
Jordan, LeBron, Curry. I mean, 27 is really the age that people talk about, too.
Well, we're talking about Giannis kind of disappearing into the bushes. But again,
for sure.
Middleton was there. I mean, they went and got Dame Lillard, but he got hurt, right? Yeah. So, like, all that kind of stuff is kind of their failure. The other storyline goes to, it's the Knicks. Like, it is Jalen Brunson, but it's more of the Knicks. Like, that to me is a storyline because, they're not unanimously hated like the Yankees or maybe the Giants or maybe the Jets, if you for some reason hate them for no apparent reason. But, like, the Knicks in general, like, embody what, like, the side of New York you don't see. Like, New York as a cliche is the guy that's like, take him out of the game. I'm sick and tired of this stuff. It's ruined. Our lives are ruined. That's not Knicks fans, man. Like, Knicks fans are
positive.
It really is weird. And what they can do and what they can build upon, because the Yankees have been let down since 2009. Whether you believe it or not, like, they get to the World Series, they're supposed to win every time. The Knicks fans just say, give us something to root for. And now you could say as a fan, you're on house money, but now that you're here in the way that you got here in blowout fashion, people want to see more. And the Spurs are the better team. I will say that. They are the better team. They have the better player. I don't know if they have the better coach. That's why storyline number 3 is when it comes to coaching. Mitch Johnson versus Mike Brown. Mike Brown got a chance that Thibs didn't get, and Mac nailed it earlier. Like, Mike Brown just has that player connection. He dealt with, drama. They threw him into New York after going so far last year to getting them over that hump and getting them here this year. And then you have Mitch Johnson with the shadow of Popovich and the legacy that is Tim Duncan and David Robinson, who sit courtside every game. Tim Duncan with the dreads and everything nowadays and a different demeanor, but like, that's still there. And one thing that's really hard to do with successful franchises, which you've watched Dallas do this for 35 years, is get past what was and become what is now. And that's where the Spurs and Mitch Johnson have a chance to do that. And that's why I think the storyline is there with the coaches, because Mike Brown, dude, you win one with the Knicks, man. You don't have to do a thing the rest of your life.
No, Mike Brown
you don't have
is
to
done.
buy a drink in New York.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for a Broadway show in New York.
From zero to hero.
It does not matter.
Well, yeah, because a year ago, well, not a year ago, 10 months ago, right? Because he was a late hire.
Yeah.
Because when they fired Tibbs, like, they interviewed like 8 guys, and they were like, I'm out of this thing. I'm not interested in this. And there's Mike Brown. They're like, all right, fine. You're America's, like, if we can't find anybody else, you're our coach, right? I mean, that's kind of the way it's worked. And now here he is, and everybody's going to have to be going, oh, we were wrong on this one. And that's fine. It's okay to admit you're wrong. When somebody gets hired, you can have your opinion of what that person is based on their track record. And then as things evolve and things get better or worse or what, it's okay to change your opinion. That's the sign of intelligence, right?
It's crazy because that opinion would have been still pretty justified 2 months ago. Like, they were a topsy-turvy team that was roller coaster. They were like, and they were fine. They were hot at the end of the season for the last 2 weeks, but overall, the Knicks were like a big question mark. And then you've got the Hawks series. They're literally tied 2-2 going to back home.
Oh, and people were like, if the Knicks don't win this thing, everyone's gone,
done.
fired, get rid of them all.
Exactly.
And now here they are in the which also does go to show you, though, guys, is why, like, the regular season stuff I just can't get with it anymore. It's not about what you do in the regular season. Look at the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
The Vegas Knights fired their coach with 8 games to go. They were at 38 points. They were barely sniffing around. They found a way to get in. The New York Knicks, yeah, you're right, Mac, 100% right. That up and down regular season, firing the coach, this was stupid, this was bad, nobody's adjusting, nobody's gelling, NBA Finals.
Exactly. Brunson can never win.
Right,
yeah
NBA Finals. Here we sit now on the NBA Finals. It's why the regular season, just play well enough to get into the playoffs and then, build the best team to win in the postseason is what these teams need to do, especially in leagues like the NBA and even in the NFL now, where you're getting 14, soon to be 16 teams in.
Yes.
In the NBA, you're getting 20 teams in the playoffs. Build your team to be successful in the postseason. That's all you have to worry about.
And also, you mentioned pressure for Wemby before we get out. I would say that pressure maybe not this next year because he's 22 and we'll be like, he'll be back. He's great. The pressure will come in 10 years when we're talking about his legacy and his GOAT status. He will never be able to be the GOAT if he does not win this finals. It sucks. It is not fair. It shouldn't be that way. But you can look at LeBron James and many others as an example of that. The 6-0 Michael Jordan finals record looms so large.
So big.
And
it's so
if
big.
you lose one, I just think it's done.
It's hard. Yeah, it really is.
And what's funny is he's got to leap 2 players, maybe 3. He's got to pass Duncan first.
In his own team.
His own right.
Okay. That's step 1.
Yes.
Step 2, Kobe, LeBron, those guys.
Yes.
And then step 3 is the man himself,
Exactly.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of work to do there.
you got to start now to get there at the end.
This is it. Exactly.
And what if they win this thing, and then you mentioned in 10 years they hadn't won one since?
Whoa.
Or even been back to one.
Then he's Giannis. Don't forget, 9 days away until the United States kicks in the World Cup, but join 96.5 The Fan Friday, June 12th as C-Dot and Rob broadcast live from the Peanut in the Northland. Starting at 2, we'll be giving away coolers and other prizes for those in attendance.
Coolers.
Then hang out and watch USA play as they kick off at 8 o'clock. Our watch parties this summer are presented by Truly, the official seltzer of U.S. Soccer, and by Security Bank of Kansas City, boldly local since 1933. Coming up on the other side, we wrap the show up with National Blank Day. I'm kind of interested to see what your 3 favorite styles of this food are. On 96.5 The Fan, do your homework. Your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park and Go want to make your summer travel as easy as they've made our travel, because at Park and Go, you just show up and you go right to the airport. It is so simple. It's right in their name. You park and you go right to the terminal. When you make your flight reservation, make sure you make your parking reservation at bookparkandgo.com. Make sure you prepay, because that's when you're going to get their lowest rate. And you're also going to have covered parking, because every spot is covered at Park and Go. So when you're out of town, your car is always protected. And when you get back, you won't have to worry about it being out in maybe hail or snow or wind or rain or any of that. It's always undercover. And they make it so easy. You just show up on the day of your flight and scan that reservation that you made, and they'll direct you right to that covered parking spot they have reserved for you. As soon as you get there, the van's there to take you right to the airport terminal. And when you get back, just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on that bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
At Kansas City Proton Institute, we're delivering the future of cancer care with state-of-the-art proton therapy right here in KC. If you have breast, head and neck, or brain cancer, proton therapy may be a better treatment than conventional radiation. Don't wait. Get your second opinion at Kansas City Proton Institute. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced proton therapy team. Learn more at kcpi.com. Kansas City Proton Institute, where you see the best in KC.
Well, I want you to be honest with yourself. Look at your lawn right now. Does it look the best it possibly can? If the answer to that question is no, then you need to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, because our lawn was nowhere near the way it should have looked 2 years ago. It was awful. It was an embarrassment. Our neighbors were like, would you please sell your house and get the heck out of here because your lawn is so bad? I said, let me call Aspen first and see what they can do. They came out to our house, and now the neighbors are walking by going, how'd you do that to your yard? How does it look so good? It's awesome. I said, it's all about Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, because we were struggling with weeds and dead spots and all of that stuff that everybody has. And I said, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Aspen Lawn and Pest Control to the rescue. Their college-educated professionals came out, took care of our lawn, and now we have a lawn that is making everybody on the block envious. And they also do that pest control as well, which is so important because the mosquito dome goes over the house. We sit outside all summer long and don't have to worry about it. It also takes care of the fleas and ticks as well, so it's great for the dog. Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years, and they know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830. 816-265-2830 for all your cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random plus one.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hi, I'm Katie, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Daydreaming about bringing your engagement ring vision to life? As a jewelry consultant, I'm here to help. Compare ring styles side by side. They're in stock and ready to try on. Then customize it with an engraving or decorative crown. At Shane Company, there are so many ways to create your dream ring at your dream price. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This is Stories from the Pitch, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
Spain had never won a World Cup.
For decades, they've been football's great underachievers, the cup of perpetual quarterfinals. Then a generation came through Barcelona's La Masia Academy and Real Madrid's youth ranks and rewrote everything. Xavi, Iniesta, Xabi Alonso, Sergio Busquets. Possession football refined to a fine art, tiki-taka, hundreds of short passes, opponents chasing shadows. They lost their opener to Switzerland, then won 6 straight. The final against the Netherlands was a bruising, ugly affair. 1-0 groundout, deep into extra time, until Iniesta arrived at the back post and side-footed a volley past Martin Stecklenburg. Spain, world champions.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more Stories from the Pitch.
Second here on 96.5 The Fan. Bob Fescoe, Mac Maury, Dusty Likens, all with you. I saw a really cool text earlier. I hope it's true. I think it's true. I believe it to be true. Got a text in. It says, Dusty, I'm on vacation in Michigan. I just got to a store that was sampling Surfside. I dropped your name as a buddy/spokesperson, and they just handed me a 4-pack. He says,
let's go.
And then she goes, the gal made a call asking if they had someone named Dusty out of Kansas City. He goes,
no way.
And she goes, that's a big thumbs up.
This is a liquor store?
In Michigan.
Were they bored today?
That's awesome.
Way,
I need something to do. Sure, I'll call this Surfside number and ask for this Dusty guy.
Zero troubles, zero bubbles, baby. It is Surfside season. As you can tell when you go outside in the humidity, there's nothing better than that. Like a little peach green iced tea. Or the strawberry lemonade or the blueberry lemonade is very refreshing.
So good. Been pounding those.
I mean, look, I'm telling you, man.
I've been pounded this week.
Yeah, the drink of summer. I'll have plenty of those this weekend.
Their peach iced tea is just tremendous.
It hits. It gives you what you need. So when you mow your lawn or something like that, you want that nice cold refreshment. I got to mow today, man. It's gonna suck.
I do too after OTAs. Just the front.
Yeah, we get to have Mac's notebook tomorrow.
I can't wait for that. I am so excited about it. I remember when I was going to cover my OTAs when I was young like you and how awesome it was. I would come back with copious amounts of topics, and the hosts of the show would be like, why did you book Priest Holmes?
Because.
Well, it's 2001. We just signed him. He's going to be pretty good. Boy, was he.
Yeah, good call.
You know? So
he was all right.
This is fun. You get to go out there and see, the OTAs. Don't lean on the fence. Ask Josh. You may get yelled at if you do that. So
I did it once. Shocker.
Guy to watch today? Is there practice?
Yes, there is a guy to watch. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Let's see what he can bring to the. I'm being serious. I mean, that's the biggest question. Everybody wants to know. What's going on with Mahomes? I don't know. You got to watch the wide receivers again. Get more of Chatty O'Shea kind of in there doing his thing.
I hope he speaks today. I would love to get to ask
coaching these guys up, and Travis. I'd like to see what's going on with him. Maybe he'll speak and tell us about the wedding. Which I love the fact they're not telling anybody about it. It's just driving people crazy. It's so much fun.
Yes.
Can you play this audio and bring this up to Patrick Mahomes?
And you knew right then and there we are f***ed.
Yeah.
That actually would be a good question.
Yeah. Could I ask you what you think about this when you hear this from a former scout of the Chargers?
Great question.
Yeah, I think that's why he's a former scout.
Yeah, that would be good. Hey, Patrick, this guy said this about you. Your thoughts,
Patrick, when you blew your knee out, do you think this was the fans' reaction last year?
And you knew right then and there we are f***ed.
Well, no, I don't think it was because we had kind of known the season was, so it all happened at the right time.
Oh, I thought we were effed. I was on my knees.
F for what? Like the future, you mean?
Yeah. I was thinking about next year. That was my first thought.
Oh, I thought you were thinking about the end of that season.
My first thought was,
there goes 26.
Great. I just saw this with my Celtics. Now I get to see it with my Chiefs.
Right.
Great. Star
and
player.
What did the Celtics do?
They made it to the playoffs and completely collapsed in the second round and got.
But hey, look, they went further
lead.
And played better than anybody ever thought they would do.
For sure.
And I'm not saying that's going to happen here. It's a quarterback versus,
Yeah.
But no, Pat, for whatever reason, I guess maybe I'm just simplistic. I just don't doubt that guy. I'm not going to ever say he can't.
Yeah.
I'm just never going to say it's not going to happen with Patrick Mahomes because I know deep down inside I would be lying to myself by saying that, if that makes sense. Like, I just can't get on the I'm going to worry about Patrick Mahomes train because I don't, because I know I don't have to. He has shown me with his body of work, like as a parent, you don't have to worry about your kids. You know they're going to do the right thing. With Patrick Mahomes, that's where I am. I'm not going to worry about him. He's going to be just fine. So wide receivers, obviously running backs, everybody's going to want to get a good look at them. And
what a day for you. OTAs and NBA Finals.
Yeah, I mean, my God.
Mullen and Surfside.
Tell 25-year-old Mac this.
Yeah.
No way.
Somebody wants you to watch Peter Woods.
Okay,
yeah, that's
absolutely.
a good one to take a look at. But it's hard. It's so hard.
I know, they're in shorts.
They're in shorts and underwear, and you don't really know much.
I want some Mansour Delon.
Perfect.
You can see that if they're going one-on-ones and coverage.
Speed and quickness and hip flexibility.
Yeah, that kind of stuff you can see. I don't know about the hip flexibility, but you can see him coverage one-on-one. Please do not tweet something about Mansour Delane's hips, or we're going to have to make fun of you.
Hips don't lie, baby.
Like the people out there in the media, like, look at this guy. What are you looking at? I mean, come on, you're there for 2 seconds.
Love that tweet on Mansour's hips, man.
Yeah, the Mansour really hip tweet. Yeah, look at that. He's got fluid hips. Oh, does he? Okay. What does a fluid hip look like?
Today is National Eggs Day.
Yeah.
How do you like? What are the top 3 ways you like your eggs?
Free. Okay. Well, scrambled and fried are the top 2, and then salad.
Okay.
And I haven't had egg salad, and I couldn't tell
What about
you.
like salad in your or eggs in your salad?
I don't mind. That's fine.
Like a 7-layer salad?
Yeah, like a
little
hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, over easy, fried. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a third really good one because there's so many kinds.
You don't like scrambled?
Number 1
feels too basic.
Number 1 would be over medium. Number 2 is omelet form.
Omelet.
Number 3 is deviled.
Yeah, I mean, you say basic. Almost every egg thing is a basic egg
It's
thing.
true.
I mean, it really hasn't evolved all that much.
No.
I mean, we're deviling it now and putting a little piece of bacon on top of it with a tweezer to make it look fancy. But other than that, I mean, the egg has pretty much remained the same.
If you want to look at hips, go look at Luke Cornett's hips. He does his little dance before every game. We'll see if we get that out today. But hey, it is Wednesday. You got plenty of time to still go do it, and that is something nice for somebody out there. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay groovy, stay safe.